Okay, here we are again. Let me get chat on my phone while we wait for the intro. Once the intro is done playing, we'll get ready to boot up our game. What kinds of bullshit is Twitch recommending me today? Let's see, Apex Legends, Valorant, just chatting. None of the above have less than 5,000 views on them. What makes you think I want to watch them, Twitch? Like, you have my history. I usually filter most of that stuff out. You'd think you would have listened when I filtered most of that stuff out. But you never listen, Twitch. Anyway, let's let the intro play and then we'll get going. So. Hey, Lifeblood, how's it going? Welcome. We're just watching the intro and then we're going to get started. Probably just a couple of minutes and we'll get going. Let everybody have a chance to filter in. Give me a chance to decide whether or not I want to put my jacket on. Probably. It's cold enough in here. I think we'll wait about another minute and then we'll get started, I think. Sounds like a plan to me. Hope you don't fall asleep halfway through like last time. Well, no, we'll probably still be doing a good chunk of side quests like we were last time, because after we beat the boss that we're going to beat early on in the stream today, there's another set of side quests that opens up for us to do. So we'll be doing side quests, and then we'll be going to the next area after those are done. So I keep yawning like this. I'm going to fall asleep halfway through, so we should probably get started so I get amped up and get my energy back, shouldn't we? Okay, so I did the EV training that I wanted to do. I went ahead and bullied Divil for probably the last time in the game. And it was like my third eye open, because I said, okay, wait a minute, I have a great idea. To minimize the amount of experience I'll get, I'll give Hitmontop the experience share. Because that way he can take the experience, and even if he does take the experience, he won't gain any EVs from it. Because that's how Shadow Pokemon work in this game. So I says, yep, I'm going to use the game's mechanics against it. Now that I know the way that it actually works, I'm using it against it, and we're going to see how far that goes. And, I mean, it worked pretty well. We only gained, like, 1 full level for Quillfish, and everybody else is pretty much where they were, so worked out pretty good. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Pokémon Colosseum, the Stream Edition. Last time, we did basically everything we could to avoid fighting the boss of Mount Battle. We went back to Phaenax City, we fought Justy, we did all of Phaenax Stadium's stuff, we got a bunch of TMs out of it. Quillfish learned Rain Dance to complete his set of ultimate power. If we get anything else for him after this, it'll just be coverage basically for Surf, because Surf will just do most of what his damage is going to be. And this time, before we actually go ahead and head up there, I realized last time I sort of talked about a couple of the Pokemon that we had available to us, but I didn't really give an overview on like who does what and what's good and what isn't out of all of these guys. So I guess I could give a brief overview on what all of these do. Makihita is pretty decent. It pairs pretty well with Espeon, so if you're planning on not using Umbreon, this is probably a decent substitution. It's more offensive than Umbreon is, but it has thick fat. As a Hariyama, it has incredibly high HP, but its defenses leave a little bit to be desired. Probably not the best fighting type in the game, but it's not too bad, and you get it really early, so. Your starter is probably going to be a powerhouse no matter what. In my particular case, it was just that I decided not to use him because of the jolly nature, but most of the starters are pretty good. Feraligatr has Surf, so he's probably the scariest one in double battles. Typhlosion is probably the more reliable of the three in terms of pure offense. And then we've got Meganium, who's a good screener if you don't feel like having Espeon do that. You got Misdreavus. I mean, it's all right. It just needs something other than Shadow Ball because Shadow Ball's physical in this generation, so it's not too bad. It has decent resistances with Levitate, and then it's Ghost typing, so it's not too bad. Slugma, it's hard to recommend. It's definitely an inferior fire type by comparison to Quilava. And, well, if you don't mind waiting a little bit, we're about to get a much better fire type than Slugma, so if you don't mind waiting a little bit, you could always use that one. Quagsire's not bad. It's more defensively oriented. It never really gets a huge amount of offense, but it's got Water Absorb, it's got high HP, and pretty decent defenses. It's got good resistances with its typing. It gets Surf, and it also gets Earthquake naturally by level up before you will beat the game, so it's not too bad. You got Furret. We've already seen Furret in action. It's pretty good supporter with Helping Hand. It gets strength and quick attacks, so that's pretty good. Maybe just get it a coverage move like Shadow Ball or something, and it'll do pretty well for you. We got Fluffy. Turns into Ampharos, probably one of the more reliable electric types in the game. Gets T-Bolt without having to use a TM, and that's a really good prize for this game, because if you want T-Bolt otherwise, like I will want for Plusle, you're going to need to get it with a TM, and that takes 4,000 Poke Coupons. We'll talk about those later, but getting it naturally without needing to use a TM is much nicer. Noctowl, it's okay, I guess. It doesn't really ever get any decent attack stat, so it's not really solid there. It comes with Hypnosis, which I suppose is okay. It's got 60% accuracy in this generation. It's more of a special attacker, or a special defender for that matter. But I don't know, I find it hard to recommend Noctowl because it just doesn't, its typing doesn't match up with its abilities, and it has good HP, I guess, but nah. You got Skiploom, turns into Jumpluff. One of the few Pokemon that has access to a sleeping move alongside Yawn, and in this case you can put something to sleep immediately. Out of all of the status ailments, Sleep is the one that gets you the highest multiplier when you're using it on a Pokemon to try to catch it. You get, I think, a ×2 multiplier for Sleep, whereas most of the rest of the statuses give you a 1.5 times multiplier. My only problem with Skiploom, having used one myself a while ago, is that it has literally no offensive potential whatsoever. It has such low special attack, like, even with a 4 times weakness to, like, Mega Drain or even Giga Drain, it will fail to KO things that have a 4 times weakness. It's just that low on its offenses. It has good speed, so you can sleep things pretty reliably, but my problem with Sleep is that, for the most part in this game, I don't care about putting things to sleep. I would rather just Thunder Wave them, because Sleep you have to reapply every few turns, whereas Thunder Wave is forever, so yeah, it's okay. I wouldn't use it personally, but I guess if you want a Grass type and you didn't get Meganium, there you go. Yanma is hard to recommend as well. It just doesn't get any good moves. It's really hard to recommend because it just doesn't get any good moves. Wait till Gen 4 if you want to use it, because it's not good in Gen 3. Remoraid is not bad. I don't like the fact that it has Hustle, to be honest, but it's not too bad of a Pokemon. It's a little slow as an Octillery when it evolves, and it's a little bit of a low level to start with, but you could just train it up like I did with Plusle, so it's probably not too bad at all. Mantine is really tanky on the specially defensive side. It gets Swift Swim, so it can probably use Rain Dance pretty well. It doesn't get Surf, but Bubble Beam is not too bad either, especially in the rain with Swift Swim. It'll probably do pretty good for you as a water type attacker. As you can see, it has the highest special attack of any water type we've gotten so far at base level, and it will have more than Quillfish naturally, unless you EV train like I did, so it's pretty good. Meditite, I think I mentioned this one a little before. It's not too bad. If you don't want to use Espeon, it's a pretty decent replacement. It gets more coverage and is more offensively oriented than Espeon because of pure power. It gets Calm Mind naturally. It'll get Psychic. I think you actually need to use a TM to get it Psychic, but it starts with High Jump Kick and Calm Mind immediately, so both of those are really good. Once you get it Shadow Ball, it just has incredible coverage that way, so it's not too bad. Dunsparce, it's mainly a supporter because of Serene Grace. It has Yawn and Glare to start with, and then I think it learns Body Slam by level up, if I remember right. So that's like a 60% chance to paralyze something, which is not too bad. It also gets same type attack bonus off of it. So it's not great, but if you don't want to use Furret and you want to use a normal type, this wouldn't be a bad choice, I don't think. I mean, it's got okay-ish stats. It's not terrible. Remember, this is Gen 3, so we don't need things to be like through the roof with their stats for them to be good. So, I mean, I'd use it. We got Swablu. Natural Cure is really nice because statuses are not really all that annoying in this game, but that saves you on having to buy full heals, so that's not too bad. It evolves into Altaria, which gains a Dragon typing, and that's really nice defensively. It's got good defenses. It doesn't exactly get the best moves, but you could probably overcome that just by using a couple of TMs to make it good. Like, if you get Flamethrower for it, you're in pretty good shape. And then there's Sudowoodo. It is probably the most reliable rock type that you can get before post-game. It gets Rock Slide, so that helps a little bit, I guess. Rock Slide is similar to Surf, except it's less powerful, less accurate, and is physical instead of special, of course. It does have a chance to flinch things, though, so that's not too bad. So, yeah, I mean, Sudowoodo's not too bad itself. I have never used it in this game, but it's pretty good. I already talked about Hitmontop a little bit. It is probably one of the more reliable fighting types in the game. Not the one that I would want to use, though, because the problem with it is that once you purify it, it gets Triple Kick as its only fighting type move that you can use until you beat, like, round 4 of Pyrite Colosseum, and you need to get your Pokemon up near level 50 before you can do that, so it's really not... I don't like it. I don't like relying on Triple Kick, but if you want to, you can. So... yeah, there's my little overview of all the things we've got. I'll try to give a little overview of all the Pokemon that we find after this, so that way I don't have to do it later, but I figured I might as well give you some ideas if you want to build a team of what to expect from the team. There aren't a whole lot of really, really, really good Pokemon in Colosseum, so you kind of got to work with what you get. And in a way, I like that because it makes the game more challenging and more interesting, but it definitely doesn't mean that your team will be super powerful by the end, so... got to deal with that one. The last thing I want to do to kind of procrastinate on fighting the boss of Mount Battle is I want to go back to Outskirt Stand, because after you go to Mount Battle for the first time, this gentleman in here, well, Willie won't fight you again, but this gentleman in here that sells us all these Pokeballs, let's take a look. He doesn't say anything new about it, but if you look at his stock, he's got new stock in. He'll sell Ultra Balls, along with Net Balls, Nest Balls, and Timer Balls, and all of these, except Nest Balls, are going to be really useful to us in the future. So I'm going to buy 19 Ultra Balls. I'm going to use our newfound windfall that we got from doing Phaenax Stadium. We got like $40,000 from doing Phaenax Stadium and Justy's battles. So we're going to use our windfall to buy quite a few ball items. We can chuck them, because we're going to need quite a few of them as we go here. I'm going to buy, I think, 15 net balls. That should do us for a while. These are good against water and bug types, and there's a particular water type coming up that's really hard to catch, where these will come in very handy, so we'll see what we can do with them. We're going to be spending a lot of money today, in case that wasn't immediately obvious. I'll buy 10 timer balls as well, just to have a few of those. They might come in handy. I don't think I'll ever need more than 10, but, well, we'll be there for them. What else am I going to buy today? Should I get up to 25 Ultra Balls? I think I'll get up to 25, actually, because I'll be buying a couple other things when we go to the next area, but we should have a little more money together by the time we go there, so. And there goes all my money. Or a good chunk of it, anyway. So, that's fine. Alright, Willie, I'll be back. I have to go confront my destiny. Alright, back to Mount Battle we go. And now we'll go up to the 10th area, and we'll see what the hell's going on. Hopefully, Vander hasn't given up the time flute yet, because, well, I have kind of been fiddle-farting around here quite a bit. So, I do want to keep Hitmontop in the front, though. I'm not going to actually use it in battle, but it has Intimidate, which will definitely help us out in the future. Oh yeah, speaking of my third eye opening, I also had my third eye open when it came to walking around with these shadow Pokemon. So what I did in between streams is I walked around with Hitmontop until it got down to the point where I knew what its nature was, and then I reset so that I wouldn't have all that extra time on my file. It's a bashful nature, which actually helps us quite a bit with the next thing that we're going to be getting to allow us to purify stuff, because it's actually a very good nature to demonstrate the power of Cologne, which we'll do in a little bit. But I want it out front because Intimidate is very nice for what we're going to do here. And I put Sudowoodo away because it's ready to be purified, so I just have to go back to A-Gate, and we'll be going there as a part of the story anyway in just a little bit, so. Alright, here we go. A difficulty spike is incoming. His Pokemon are not necessarily a higher level than ours, but his strategy is pretty good for this point in the game. You don't have a lot of options against it except just taking neutral hits and countering back, so we'll see what we can do with that. I should be able to get Quillfish in to help him with KOing some stuff here, though. There's a couple of Pokemon that this guy uses that are quad weak to water, so hopefully I'll be able to get Quillfish in to do some work for that, but we'll see. And you definitely, absolutely do not want to come up here until you've saved downstairs, because you will probably have to reset when fighting and capturing this thing that's coming up. It's not pretty. When it comes to catching it, it will take most of these Ultra Balls and possibly some of these Timer Balls as well to probably catch this thing. So, just be prepared. Alright, here we go. That is a giant of a man right there. I don't know what kind of persuading you can do up here. Can barely hear you over the wind. Holy shit, he punched a dude! He punched him so hard he forced him to T-pose while slightly floating off the ground. That was a big deal back in the day, though, because, I mean, you didn't see Pokemon games where violence was actually happening on screen like that most times, so. Like, your rival will kick you and knock you flying in Gold and Silver, but you didn't see him actually do that. It was just the sprites interacting with one another. Here, you actively see him throw a punch, so. That sounds like a very bad way of looking at the world, because it sounds like a way a bully looks at the world, bro. Haul him off to where now? Well, they were getting beaten, badly. Ah, I see my reputation precedes me again. Sure, we'll go with that. Well, I hope that you're planning on doing that in a Pokemon battle. I don't think the Snag Machine gives me enhanced strength. Yeah, he's gonna do it in a Pokemon battle. So now we have to fight Cypher Administrator Dakeem. And he's not a pushover. He will kick your ass in a few cases. Okay. So he usually starts with Metang, which is okay, I guess. Actually, both of these Pokemon on the field, it's actually pretty good for me because these are the two that I actually want to KO so that I can bring Quillfish in a little bit. Unfortunately, Intimidate doesn't work on Metang because of Clear Body, but that's okay. So another reason why I have Hitmontop in is because it'll actually force Metang's AI to have a higher chance of using Psychic on Hitmontop, and I'm going to swap him out for Umbreon immediately so that he doesn't do that. But Dakeem has a hell of a strategy on his hands, and we might see it this first turn if he decides not to use Psychic, so let's see. I'm going to put up a Reflect to make it a little easier to take all of that, because it will take a little bit to take all of that. And here's his strategy right here. Earthquake. Now, Earthquake in this game is sketchy because it hits every Pokemon on the field other than the one using it. including his own Pokemon, which can get a bit absurd after a little while, but we'll work on that later. Looks like Marshtomp is going to be we'll probably be able to knock it out soon-ish, because, I mean, we have Reflect up, so those attacks didn't do a whole lot of damage, so I'll just have Umbreon and Espeon start working on these two until they're down, and then we'll see if we can get Quillfish in. I'll probably leave Espeon in for most of the battle, though, to keep Reflect up. So, but that's going to depend entirely on what he sends out next and whether or not it decides to Earthquake instead of Metang. So. Okay, Camerupt is next. So this is quad weak to water, so if you have a water type, you know, Mantine, Feraligatr, that sort of thing, probably a good idea to beat it up with as much water as you can muster. But now normally he doesn't do what he's doing here. Normally, instead of just using Earthquake and killing his own Pokemon with it, he'll use Protect to keep his other Pokemon alive. But, well, he's not doing that, so that's fun, I guess. It means I can take him out a little bit easier, so that's fine. See, there you go. Now he's using Protect. Which means Camerupt this turn is using Earthquake, but it won't get a chance to because I'm about to do this, so goodbye. That crit was not necessary. It would have died anyway. Camerupt is pretty strong, but it's not that strong, so specifically not on its defenses either. So Umbreon's level 40, got some extra special attack for Feint Attack. Nice. And here's his another one, quad weak to water. Golem, it will also Earthquake, but we'll see if it Earthquakes next turn. Probably it's going to Protect, and Metang's going to be the one that Earthquakes, so I just got to be careful because of its Steel typing. That kind of makes it a little difficult to really work around it for now, because I don't have a whole lot of Steel typing. Yeah, so there you go. So Golem's using Protect. That's fine. We'll take a little bit of a hit. We'll have to heal next turn on Espeon, probably, and our Reflect will run out, I think, next turn, so if I can get around that, we'll be okay. But Metang using Earthquake isn't too bad, especially if you have neutral hits on it like this, because as you can see, I mean, it's not doing a whole lot of damage to us. If you have Pokemon that take that super effectively, though, of course it's going to be a bit of a problem. If you aren't using Reflect, it's going to be a bit of a problem. So just kind of, you know, be mindful of what you've got and what will work okay. I don't actually want to KO Golem yet. I'd ideally like to KO Metang and Golem at as close to the same time as possible, so that I can get them both off the field at the same time, and then I can work on the next thing that comes in. So, still awake? Good, Lifeblood. You won't be missing the Earthquake shenanigans then if you're still awake, so that's good. This will probably hurt a little more, yeah, because Golem gets same type attack bonus off of Earthquake, so it'll hit for a bit more. It's okay, though. We also need to reestablish Reflect, which means I probably won't be touching Golem next turn, so I'll probably have to heal again, but I'll get another hit off on Metang, so that's good. Probably double team the Golem next turn, and then we'll get rid of Metang the turn after, so, because it's almost done, so. We'll get our Reflect back up. That will make this a lot easier. Yeah, without Reflect, this battle would be hard. Everything would hit for pretty much double the damage that we're taking here. So Umbreon would be okay, but it would be a bit of a battle of attrition, that's for sure. So, okay, so Golem is going to put up a shield this turn. No, Metang's going to put up a shield this turn. Okay. So I'm going to double team it and hope that I KO it. It doesn't have that high of special defense, so I should be able to knock it out. And then we'll be in decent shape. But the next guy that he brings in is no joke either. So it's probably it's his ace, I would say, as you'll see in a moment. So we still got Reflect for like 4 turns, so that should help us quite a bit for a little while here, but we'll go from there. There's a little extra special attack for Espeon. Nice. And plus will get a little bit as well once it levels up. So, but here's his signature Pokemon. It's one of the legendary beasts of Johto, Entei. And unfortunately for us, it's his shadow Pokemon as well. Which means we're going to be spending the next 10 to 15 minutes fighting this thing, trying to knock it out desperately, and getting murdered in the process. So that's going to be fun. I do I want to do this? So, my Tang just protected. I definitely want to get Quillfish in here because it will make taking Entei's... Entei has access to Shadow Rush, obviously, but it also has access to Fire Blast at this point. So that's a really strong move that I definitely don't want to be taking as much damage from as possible. So I'm going to send Quillfish in to hopefully sponge a hit, maybe, if it's going off on Espeon. And then I'm going to set up Rain Dance so that that does even less damage, which will help quite a bit. I'm going to have to get Espeon back in here soon, though, so I can get Reflect back up. But I'll do that in a little bit. Probably I'll swap Quillfish back out for it in a second. And then, like, once I get Rain Dance up, I'll probably swap Quillfish out to put up Reflect again, so that way Shadow Rush doesn't do as much. And I want to get Plusle in here as well, so that I can paralyze it. So we'll see what we can do with that. Yeah, have fun! Have fun with the Shadow Legendary, that's going to be a whole lot of fun. Now, I haven't been counting the turns, but after Reflect goes off again, it'll probably have been about 10 turns, so that means that Timer Balls, probably after about 15 turns, Timer Balls become more effective than Ultra Balls, so we'll see what we can do with that. So, but I definitely want to paralyze this thing as quickly as possible, so I'm going to send Espeon back in, actually. Now that the rain is up, that should make it a little easier to take the hits. So, and then definitely paralyze it, because that will keep it in a pretty good check for us for a little while. Now, you got to be careful with Entei because it has access to the pressure ability. So what that'll do is it'll use up 2 of your power points instead of 1 whenever you use a move. Not usually a big deal, but with stuff like Rain Dance where you only have 5 power points to begin with, that means I only get to use it like a few times in battle, like 3 times total, and then that's it. So yeah, you got to be a little careful with that. Now that was through Reflect. It was against Plusle, of course, so that's a little bit, you know, it's why it took so much damage, because Plusle doesn't have the best defense, but you know, definitely not something we want to take with anybody else here. I'm going to send Hitmontop out, actually, before I send Quillfish back out, so I can intimidate Entei as well. Just do everything you can to debilitate Entei. It is not to be messed with in any capacity whatsoever. So, I'm going to put up a Reflect, get Intimidate off, keep Rain Dance up so Fire Blast doesn't murder us. Just do whatever you can to keep this thing in check, because it's a legendary beast for a reason. It is not to be messed with, so. Alright, and by the time I get Quillfish in next turn, we should be able to reestablish the rain next turn, so that'll help a little bit. I'll probably have to heal Espeon, but it's fine. Now that it's paralyzed, I don't have to worry about accidentally poisoning it with Poison Point or Poison Sting or anything like that, so should also be pretty good for us. Let's see if we can weaken it a little bit. I don't want to weaken it too much, though, because it's going to keep using Shadow Rush eventually, because it doesn't have power points on Shadow Rush, so it'll keep using it over and over again, and eventually it'll, you know, it'll eventually recoil itself into oblivion, which would not be good. Alright, definitely need to heal Espeon, so let's do that. There we go. It might even use Bite, to be honest, instead of Shadow Rush or Fire Blast, which would be, I mean, that'd be pretty good for me. I'd take that. So let's weaken it down a little bit. I might even Helping Hand to Poison Sting, because that's not doing a whole lot. We get it to half, and then I'll be happy. If you had access to Light Screen at this point, it wouldn't be too bad of an idea to put that up either, because then you could even have it do even less damage with Fire Blast and with Bite. So yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm not going to bother with that because we don't have access to Light Screen, but I will do literally everything else I can. So there we go. That should be good. We'll keep the rain up. It might Fire Blast this turn because the rain stopped, so. The AI chooses its move based on what would be best under the conditions that it's in. And in this particular case, because the rain was going and I had Reflect up, Shadow Rush was out, and also so was Fire Blast, so it picked, what's it called instead? It picked Bite, because it was super effective on something, so. Alright, let's get the Ultra Balls out for now. And once the third Reflect wears off, I'll start using Timer Balls instead, and I'll use a Super Potion on Espeon just because it's going to take another hit here, so there we go. And for a little while, we should be able to tank this out, but only for a little while. It's going to get hairy after a little while, so we'll see. I anticipate seeing that for approximately the next 10 to 12 minutes, so I hope you enjoy that! Oh boy. Well, there goes Reflect, so that'll give me something to do this turn. I could probably even weaken it a little more if I wanted to, but I don't know. I really don't know if that's a good idea. Especially since it's probably going to use Shadow Rush this turn, because Reflect wore off, so... Then again, like I said before, the AI cheats, so it knows I'm using Reflect this turn, so it might just go with Bite instead. We'll see. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no fucking way this is actually gonna happen right now. The game is not that generous. This is not Pokemon Let's Go when I'm catching Zapdos. That was absurd. That was a fluke is what that was. So. But yeah, definitely want to make sure you keep an eye on Espeon's HP. If you lose Reflect in this battle, you might be done. You can tank it out for a little while, but it's rough. Actually, you know what I'm going to do this turn to give myself a little extra breathing room is I'm going to send Hitmontop out and Intimidate it again. And that should help a little bit. Let's see. Let's try a Timer Ball. I think it's more effective than an Ultra Ball at this point, so we'll see what we can do. Not the best ball to be using for the Legendary Beast because of the aesthetics of it. It makes a bunch of little clocks appear when it pops out of the ball, so it doesn't really make sense for a Legendary Beast, but, you know, it's fine. Okay, Intimidate into the ground. Bite will do next to nothing to Hitmontop because of its bashful nature and the lack of effectiveness, so that's good. And now I think we will, let's see, I don't want to heal Espeon before I switch it back in, so let's do that. But yeah, we're going to use up a few of these healing items here. Don't worry about it though, we'll get plenty of other healing items in just a little while. We'll gain access to some better ones that will cost us less money, so... Well, they won't be better than a Hyper Potion, but you know what I mean. So we'll just alternate Timer Balls and Ultra Balls for a little while until later. Oh, you're gonna bust out Fire Blast now? That must be the most effective thing for Hitmontop. And even then, like, yeah, that ain't a whole lot. Here comes the sun. Not for long. Let's see. Espeon can probably take a Fire Blast okay. Especially if I get Rain Dance up before this thing can move, so... And then by the time we're done, Reflect will have worn off, so we'll be able to go from there. I gotta check my Rain Dance power points, though, because I might be close to running out. Yeah, no problem in the rain, see? We can handle that. Let's see, so I gotta check my power points for thing next turn, so let's pop Timer Ball out. And Rain Dance has... Okay, it's still got 2, so we're in okay shape there. Do I dare to Poison Sting it to make it a little easier? I guess I've got nothing better to do, and it's already paralyzed, so I don't gotta worry about poisoning it. Let's try it. Can't hurt, right? I mean, it'll hurt Entei for about 5 HP. But that's what I want, because the weaker it is, the easier it is to capture, so... Of course, that's also gotta accommodate for the fact that it's eventually gonna just start using Shadow Rush, but it's gonna be a little while, I think, before it starts referring to that, because I'll have Reflect up, I'll still have Espeon on the field, so it'll draw it into using Bite instead, so... Yeah, it should be okay, I think, for a little bit. The real trouble here is that, well, you saw how much money we just spent on Ultra Balls and stuff like that. We're going to use a good chunk of them here, and within one episode, we're going to have to buy a whole bunch more, because there's another Shadow Legendary that we're going to have to capture very shortly, probably in the next episode. So, those two being almost directly in a row is... it's not good for my wallet, I know that much. We might end up having to reset on one or both of them because of all the... all the money I'm spending. So. Alright, the rain's still up. That's good. Means I can Super Potion this turn. And then throw another Timer Ball. There you go. It seems like pressure isn't activating, though. I think it has pressure. Maybe it isn't exerting it for some reason. Maybe because it's a shadow Pokemon? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it has pressure, though. I don't know why that's not working. Well, it should be, as far as I'm aware. So, I got nothing. I'm gonna need to heal again. So we'll just keep healing, I guess. I'll probably swap out again to... Maybe I'll swap to Hitmontop again to just fully debilitate it. Well, it's not fully. It can go down to -6, but... Yeah. Just get it to the point where it basically never wants to use Shadow Rush. It'll just keep using Bite instead. That would be pretty good. Now, usually the way that I do it when I'm catching a Legendary in a Pokemon game is I just let my Pokemon faint, and if they completely faint, then I just reset. But I will try, keyword is try, to keep everybody alive here. So. Okay, the rain stopped. I think Reflect is wearing off in the turn as well, so I have to keep that in mind. I'll toss another ball. Going to try to manage my ball usage so it's not like I'm using too many of one or the other. The Timer Balls I could care less about, to be honest, because Net Balls, the next legendary beast that we're going to be catching is the Water type one, and Net Balls work better than Timer Balls for a long time in that battle, so... Like, you gotta wait, I think, like 50 turns or something before Timer Balls are better than Net Balls in that battle, because you get like a ×4 multiplier from Net Balls, so... On Water types and Bug types specifically, I should mention, so... Yeah. Reflect didn't wear off, did it? Not yet, I don't think. So... Alright, we'll try another Ultra Ball, and then I'm probably just gonna stick with Timer Balls after this, because... Yeah, I don't think we're gonna need anything else. So... You know what I'm going to do, actually, this turn? I'm going to use a Super Potion on Umbreon, because I'm probably going to have it come in for Espeon to tank the hits a little better when we're not trying to get Reflect back up, you know? Although that might draw him into using Shadow Rush, so that might be a little iffy. We'll see. I just basically don't want him to knock himself out. That would not be good. So. If I can draw Bite, I'm not going to like it, because it's definitely a bit of a use on my wallet there, but... for all the resources I'm using to keep Espeon alive. But, you know, okay, so we got Reflect wore off. The rain's still going. It's probably still got one Fire Blast left in the tank at the moment, so... Yeah. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. No, I gotta put up a Reflect, so I'm going to do that. Let's do that there, and then... I don't want to get bit and, like, completely knocked out, so I guess I'm going to heal now. I was going to send in Hitmontop, but I'll do that next turn. I'm trying to think if there's any Pokemon you can catch at this point that have Flash Fire. I don't think so, but if you had a Pokemon that had Flash Fire at this point for some reason, you could probably use that to some pretty good effect. Because Flash Fire completely negates any Fire-type attacks that are incoming, and makes it so that they deal... a little bit, basically they deal no damage and they increase your Fire-type moves instead, so it's not bad. Now that he's going to be significantly intimidated, though, to -3, he may not even use Shadow Rush, to be honest, so... I might, like, keep switching Hitmontop in and out until it's at, like, -6, so I never have to worry about it using Shadow Rush again, and it'll just stick with Bite for a while instead, so... Or we could catch it! That works, too! Alright, first try. After about 10 balls, but hey, that'll work. That's me, the Meddlesome Pest. I'm just glad he's not beating me up. Yet! Look how big that guy is. He's like 7 feet tall. It's just he hunches himself over, so you never see his full height. Actually, he's probably even taller than that if he stood all the way up. He's probably as tall as AZ. That's some height, man. Well, my name is Sniper, Professional Snagger. I just love how ridiculously these Cypher peons run with their arms flailing everywhere. He appears to have dropped something out of his pocket, though. Not that he has pockets in that leotard-looking thing he's got. I'm glad he said it. I could have said it, but they wouldn't have believed me. Oh, well, that's just great. I'll see what I can do. Oh, okay. Man, what a big jump. Oh, good. Vander's been T-posing this whole time. Where's that item? There it is. Couldn't see it. We get the F disc, the forward disc for defeating Dakeem. What's that do? Well, we'll find out soon enough, so. But here's Shadow Entei. It does have pressure. I don't know what the hell was going on then. Out of the 3 legendary dogs, probably Entei's the one I like the least, to be honest. At least in this generation, because its typing doesn't match up with its strongest attack stat, and its special attack just... It's not bad, but it just isn't there for a legendary, you know. Typhlosion has higher special attacks, so... I don't know, not a big fan of it. But anyway, let's get the regular team out, and we'll see if Vander's okay, and then we'll head back down and we'll heal. Because I could definitely use the healing after all of that. You alright there, buddy? You were T-posing for a long time. It's a wonder you didn't ascend to godhood from all that dominance assertion to the floor. You're welcome. Oh, okay, cool. I'm glad to see you're in one piece after that punch. Good lord. Yeah, they just wanted your time flute, bro. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the Time Flute, like I was mentioning last time, will summon Celebi to the Relic Forest, but only one time, so you have to use it sparingly. Keep it for something that's really, really important to purify for you, like, for example, a legendary beast. So, yeah, Celebi will completely purify them free of charge, basically, so there you go. And, thankfully, Vander will teleport you all the way back down to the bottom of Mount Battle, so that's good. What do you got for me, Vander? Oh, okay, the Time Flute. Thank you. It is pretty precious. There's only 3 of them in the game, and in order to get another one, you have to beat all of Mount Battle, so... There's another one you can get in a chest later, but we'll get that later. I guess that's fair, yeah. Alright, I will see what I can do then. And also, this item appears once you do this whole thing. You get TM47, Steel Wing. Not that I'm ever going to use it, but it's there. We've been doing it for like 5 episodes at this point, so... Okay. Alright, fair enough. I'll keep that in mind. He's actually really easy, though. He's the Area 1 leader, and Area 1 is incredibly simple in Mount Battle, so... Yep, that's what we're gonna do eventually. So... Well, I mean, just gotta train your Pokemon. You keep doing Mount Battle over and over and over again, you'll train them enough to where you'll have a level advantage over Vander, and then you can just fly on up the mountain. So, anyway, let's rest up, because we could use the help. So. Okay, so now that we're done here, there's actually a few places that we can go. Like I said, we're going to have opened up a side quest now that we defeated Dakeem. There's a few... the trainers in Pyrite Town have some new Pokemon that they can use. Well, their Pokemon got a level boost, basically. So, we'll work on that as well in a little bit. But first, I think we'll start doing like the story stuff that we need to do in order to get to the next point in the game. So, but first, let me do a little item shuffling, and then I'll save, because I definitely don't want to do that again. I mean, it wasn't too painful, I guess. I used, what? So that's 5, 6. So I used like 11 balls. That's not too bad. I've had to use a lot more to catch Entei before, so... I'm going to save this Time Flute, because you could use it on Entei. It has a significantly higher shadow gauge than most of the things you've encountered so far. As a matter of fact, it's even higher than Sudowoodo, and that thing took a long time to purify, so... Yeah, you could use this on Entei if you want. I'm going to hold on to it for later, though, and use it on something else, so we'll worry about that in a little while. Don't worry about your healing items for now. We should be okay, even though we don't have hardly any, so we'll be fine. And I'm actually going to go into Pokemon storage as well, and I'm going to take Sudowoodo out and put Entei in the box for now. Because we're going to bring Entei back out soon, but I'm going to want to... I want Hitmontop to demonstrate the Cologne once we get it, and I want Sudowoodo because it can be purified, and we're going to be going back to Agate Village in like 2 seconds, so... Okay, well that takes care of that. So now, let's head out. They gotta figure out what they're doing here to get everything all back up and running in Mount Battle before we go. But by the time we can get to the next area, we'll be able to come back here and train if we want, so... Yes, they did. Bit of a train wreck for them. Hi there. I did. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, once you've driven them off, this lady will fight you. So, this athlete... And she has a couple of speedy Pokemon. They both give speed EVs. Pikachu even gives 2 of them, so that's not too bad. Probably a good idea to get everybody in here so they can all get some speed EVs. So I'm not as worried about the experience. We're at a pretty decent level at this point. We'll want to be probably like 41 before the next boss, but we should be able to get there in no time at all. So I wonder if Pikachu has a Lightning Rod. Actually, I probably should just attack it instead. Or just Helping Hand boost a Surf. That works too. If I live through Pikachu's Thunderbolt, we'll be okay. Okay, well that's on Plusle, so that won't soften me up for the incoming T-Bolt that I'll never see because I'm too fast. Unless Pikachu lives, in which case, oh fuck. We'll be fine. Quillfish will be fine. Oh, yeah, definitely never going to see it now. That was a crit. I wasn't sure if a Helping Hand boosted Surf would KO it just naturally, but, well, with a crit, yeah, it will. There's a little extra special attack for Plusle. I don't even care that his defense is that low. It's fine. He could learn Baton Pass here. That's not a bad move. It'll give him some momentum so that he can see what the opponent is doing and then switch out, but I don't think I personally need it. I'm not going to be passing any boost to anybody, so I'll just leave it alone for now. He gets Agility at a later level, though, so you may want to keep Baton Pass for when he gets that so you can pass it along to somebody, but I'd rather have Helping Hand and then a different move that we'll be getting instead of Thunder later. So, well, I'm glad you're convinced now that I beat your Pokemon into the ground with Surf. So, I don't know about that, but I'll see what I can do. Anyway, yeah, that's it for now. We got to go let Egan know, basically, that we just took care of business at Mount Battle. So, let's go tell him. And you could go use the Time Flute now if you want. And I think Egan even encourages you to go do it. But, yeah, we won't be bothering with that just yet. I'll grab it out of my inventory later. Okay, everybody's level 40. Quillfish, how close are you to a level? 19, 16... I can do that later with... Well, no, I'll leave the 2 of you out so you can get to level 41, and then I'll switch Espeon and Umbreon back out. Like I said before, I want to try to get my Pokemon up to about the same levels, so I can get them all to 50 at the same time, if possible. So, yeah, but we took care of that, so... Okay, we'll do. But first, before we go see Egan, I want to go over here real quick, and then we're going to go to the Pokemart as well. We could go into the Relic Forest to purify Sudowoodo, but we'll do that in just a minute. First, I want to go over here. Actually, I should probably go see the berry guy, too, because he's got a new berry for me today. You never know, you might get a Lumberry. Or a Citrus Berry. So. Oh, you're not the right person. Sorry. I think it might be that girl, actually. It's over here. Because I don't think she was here before, was she? Oh, she was. I definitely didn't notice her. Blend in with the trees and all that. Hi. Oh, okay. Not really, actually. I mean, I know Cologne is available in the shop, but other than that... Yeah, so apparently your character's a pretty good masseuse, because if you massage them with Cologne that's available here in Agate Village, they become happier, and in addition to that, it also reduces their shadow meter, so... That will help us. And for talking to her, we get the Cologne case. So that means we can store that stuff without it getting all over everything in our bag. Fantastic. And incidentally, it's actually very good for Hitmontop in our party specifically, because Hitmontop has a bashful nature, and Cologne Massage is the best way to purify him. So, yeah, that'll be pretty good. More Rostberries? A Lepa Berry. Okay, that's not too bad. That restores 10 power points when you consume it, so that will help. I might even use that as a hold item for somebody. Maybe Plusle? We'll see. Oh, really? Maybe they found something under the sand. I don't know. We'll go check that out later. First, let's go check this out. Excuse me, Score. I gotta go check out Cologne. We don't have anything to sell for now, so we'll be fine there. I'll buy a couple more of these, actually, just to have them. And I think I'll buy one more Hyper Potion just to have it. That should be good. Okay. So, revives? Nah, I don't need revives for now. We'll be good with the 7 we've got. So there's 3 different scents. We've got one that's less expensive, but doesn't do as much for the bar. We got one that's that's good for the bar, but is a little more expensive. And then this one's the best for the bar, but it's the most expensive one out of all of them. I'm going to take this one and see how much it does for Hitmontop's bar just from that, with its natural inclination towards massages. So let's take a look at its bar first. It's got like 1 1/3, 1 1/4 off of its bar. So let's go over here. We'll take the cologne case. I'll stick it, let's see. These discs I probably want close to the top, actually, because they're, we're going to be using those discs a lot, so. I'll stick it all the way at the top. That's fine. So we got a Vivid Scent. Let's use it on Hitmontop, and there you go, buddy. So he'll enjoy it, and it will open up his heart a little bit. So let's take a look at how much it opened it up. Wow, that did a lot, actually. That's like half a bar. It's not bad. So that's, let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 more of those scents, and then 1 of the 800 ones, and probably he'll be ready to be purified. Cool. This is probably going to be my go-to method from now on, by the way. Instead of walking around for a half an hour, what I'll just do is I'll save. I'll take the Pokemon to the scent shop here. I'll buy a bunch of scents with the money I have left over, and I'll see what their nature is. I'll see what the best method of purifying them is, and then I'll just reset so I get my money back. So, I'm going to get 7 of these, actually, because that should put him pretty close to the end, basically. And I'm only doing this because with a bashful nature, the normal methods, like walking around with it in the party and battling with it, they don't work very well. So the things that work very better are the daycare, but that's very expensive, and then the scents, which are also themselves pretty expensive, but, you know, it's probably fine. There you go, buddy. Do that a few more times, and we'll be good. I'm going to check him out after I do about 4, though, just to see where he's at in terms of his heart gauge. And I might do this off-screen as well, if I'm going to use the massages for any of the other Pokemon to purify them, because, well, it's kind of boring to just watch me going into the menu and using an item over and over again, you know. So, okay, he's doing pretty good. Let's use the other scents on him, and then we'll be ready to purify him. That was easy. Staples button! I don't have a button next to me, so I can't make a button sound effect, unfortunately. I think I just need a soundboard. That would probably work pretty good. Alright. How close are you there, man? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I probably could get away with using an 800 cent, but I already have a 1200 one, so let's just use it. Whatever. Excuse me. Okay, and there you go. He's all set. He's ready to go. So now we can go purify him. We'll do that after we talk to Egan, though, because we've got Sudowoodo and Hitmontop to purify, so we'll talk to Egan first. Let him know we're okay before we go do anything else. Nope, we're good. We just had to, you know, heal our Pokemon, and that was it. So we sure have. Well, you know, we make a pretty good team, so. Yes, he did. Oh, okay. So, Egan, of course, being in a hurry all the time, wants you to summon Celebi right now. And if you wanted to use Entei, you definitely could, because then you could purify it immediately. It gets another move, I think, at level 41. It might even be flamethrower, so that wouldn't be too bad for it, so... Oh, what'd you forget? My PDA, yeah. I think if you try to walk out there, he would actually say that before you leave, but, well, I stood still and he did it, so... Okay. Something like that, yeah. Anything on the news about us yet? Let's see. Oh, really? Who would have ever guessed? Alright, fair enough. How you doing, Pikachu? He's probably okay. Excuse me, Nora. I'd like to think so. She's right, though. We should train at Mount Battle at some point so that we can use it to make us stronger. I'm going to wait until a lot later, though, before we do it. Well, I don't know if it's a lot later, but I just want to make sure that my levels stay relatively low-ish. Not, like, super low, but I don't want to, like, get too far ahead of myself with everybody in my party, because the next Shadow Pokemon we're going to be catching for our team is only a couple of levels above where we are right now, so yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself here. I don't know if I need to heal, but I guess I'm going to do it anyway. Then we'll go Purify Hitmontop and Sudowoodo. We'll put them away. We'll take Entei out and let him walk with us. And after this, I think the main thing to go do now is I think we just have to go back to... I think we just have to go back to Pyrite Town, if I remember right. Let me look at the... What does Le Guide say? Le Guide. That's not how you say guide in French. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to have to go someplace else in just a minute. Because that gentleman back there talked about that mystery lab, so we're going to go check that out, I think. If it's on our map. Yeah, we're good. They were. And I think he might even say something if you had one in your inventory right now, but, well, I put mine in the PC because I don't want to use up an inventory slot on something I won't use until, like, 3 or 4 episodes from now, so... Alright. Let's go up here. And purify 2 of our Pokemon. We're doing pretty good on purifying so far. We've got all but 1 done at this point, so... Hell, once we get Entei done, we'll be almost halfway there. Not that that'll be done anytime soon. Entei will take a while to purify, so... Okay, Hitmontop got agility. That's not too bad. Don't need to nickname him. That's fine. And now for Sudowoodo. There we go. And Sudowoodo got Flail. I guess it's alright. Probably better to have gotten... Well, actually, I'm glad it got Rock Slide before it got Purified, because Rock Slide is pretty good for it. Having that same type of attack bonus move before you get Purified is usually a pretty good boon in battle. So, because if you're waiting on that stab move before you... until you get Purified, it's like you're not being as effective as you could be, you know? Alright, anyway. So that takes care of that. Let's put those 2 away. We'll get Entei out and we'll start walking around with him. See how that does for his bar. It's going to do next to nothing for his bar because he has 13,000 Shadow Gauge to deal with. But we'll make it work. Oh yeah, I moved my box around again a little bit. I figured since box 1 is right here and I'm going to be depositing, withdrawing most stuff from here, I'll just stick everybody in here instead of trying to do anything fancy like sticking them in box 3 or anything like that. I'll just stick them all in box 1 and we'll just leave everything else empty for now. I'll work with them as I go, you know. See what's best. Alright, so let's save again. And then, yeah, I think we'll go check out that mystery lab because we should be able to get there without too much trouble. We got to Mount Battle, so we should be able to get out that way. It depends on where it is in the desert because some of the sands out there get pretty deep, sand dunes, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, okay, it's not too far from here. There's a little side path from Mount Battle that would take us all the way down there, or a little section that takes us there from Pyrite Town as well, although that might not be an actual road, that dotted line. It might be something else. Let's just keep in mind that that's there for later. We might actually do something with that later, but we'll see. Anyway, there's a laboratory here, so let's go check it out, I guess. Can't hurt. Let's make sure it's, you know, not a malevolent one. Oh, my email is going off. Somebody's emailing me. Let's see, is it duking again? Yes it is. Mirror Peon nabbed. Okay, what do we got? Sniper, this is duking. We just nabbed a pair of goons we think take orders from Mirror B. They may be worth squeezing for some intelligence. The police have them in jail, so come to Pyrite in a hurry. Okay, fair enough. So you can go there right now if you really want to, but let's check the lab out and see what we can do first here. They unfortunately have an electric fence going, literally, so we can't get in that way because the main gate's closed. And unfortunately, we don't have the key. So, yeah, none of these will act as a key. Not even the F-disc that we just got, because it talks about a UFO or something. I don't know. Nothing that we can do with that for now. But, if you go here, yeah, there's an item all the way in the back there. And the perspective was a little bit wonky just there, but if you keep going closer to it, you can see that you can actually get to it from here. It's outside the fence. So then you can open it on this side, I guess. And there's 3 revives in there for you. So now we don't gotta buy them. Nice. Alright, so we still don't know what the hell that's all about, but I guess we'll figure it out later. For now, let's go to Pyrite Town since they nabbed those crooks. We'll see what they've got there. Kale, what's up? I'm not going to bother with fighting you just yet. But you can, because all the trainers here in Pyrite Town are able to fight you again. Their Pokemon are now a little bit stronger than they were before. Not, like, incredibly so. They're usually, like, high 30s, somewhere in there, but, you know. Oh, really? I mean, probably. Oh, sure. There you go, Chief. Alright, sounds good. But if you wait for him to tell you anything, you're going to be waiting forever, so let's just see if we can interrogate them ourselves. Oh, really? Gotcha. Well, that's at least a good arrest. Folly? I did, yeah. Yeah, it's a good question. I have no idea. Treadley's here too. Okay, well, they must have caught them before. Yeah, so if you'd come in here after defeating Mirror B, but before defeating Dakeem, you'd see that they were both in the same cell. I don't think that was these two, though. I think there was someone else in these cells before, and they were in the bottom right cell, so now they split them up into this one, so... I wonder why they sound familiar. Let's find out. Wait a minute, I know you two. Firma and Wreath, right? What are you guys doing in here? Well, we don't have a key for this door just yet, but if you go over here to the table... Johnson left his jail key on the table. Dumbass. So now, we can interrogate them personally. But first, let me move the jail key up a little bit. Yeah, we can leave it above the iron files, actually. That's fine. We'll never use it again after this, but I'll use it anyway. Alright, I want answers, and I want them now. Oh, okay, so you were trying to get into the under. Well, I tend to have that effect on people who try to do terrible crimes. I mean, look at Team Snag'em. Anyway. Your floors, sir. Firma, look away. I'm about to do absolutely nothing of the sort that's bad to her, but I am going to take her key. The elevator key. Nice. So now we can get into the under. But we're not going to go there just yet. And don't worry about the cell being open. They will never, ever come out of the cell because, I mean, if they did, they'd have to deal with the Chief and Johnson over there. So I don't know if that's a big deal to them, but, well, it won't really do much for them. So, oh, actually, that's not bad. I mean, that's not a whole lot for its gauge, but again, you got to remember it has like twice the shadow gauge of everything else we've had so far. So that's pretty okay in terms of just walking around with it. For how much bar it took off. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind when I'm trying to figure out what its nature is later. Alright, so that takes care of that. Elevator key. You can stick that with the jail key. I like organizing my key items in this game, so that way the stuff that I'm going to use a lot is going to be near the top. So I don't have to go digging through my bag, you know? Just easier for me, I guess. Okay, so yes, we can go to the under now that we have the elevator key. To get there, we're going to need to go to the Pyrite building. But we're not going to go there just yet, I don't think. Actually, we might, just to get some healing items, and then once we're done getting the healing items, we'll go right back out. You can go there and continue with the story if you want, but before we do that, I want to fight a bonus boss that's apparently not a lot of people know about. I've heard some people play this game that have never seen this boss, and it's back in Pyrite Cave, so we're going to go back there in a little bit. Unfortunately, every single trainer on the way there that's in your way wants to refight you, and if they're in line of sight of you, they won't let you pass until you fight them. So, yeah, that might, we might want to keep that in mind as we go. Now, in order to get into the Under, you need to fight the elevator lady again. No, I was going to say, once you get in her line of sight, she'll do that, but I must have not been in her line of sight, so. She'll fight you, and she won't let you go into the elevator until you defeat her, so that's what we're going to do. So I guess we'll go down for a little bit, and then we'll go get some healing items that I want. But we won't explore any of the Under except for where the healing items are, so... Excuse me. And then once we're done with that, we'll move right along. This probably won't KO Vibrava, but it's fine. Give him a hand, Plusle! Alright, so this should KO Phanpy without too much trouble. So yeah, all the trainers will be right around that high 30s and about 40-ish level in terms of their Pokemon now. So it's pretty good. We'll get decent experience out of them. Again, I don't really need the experience that badly, but we'll see what we can do. I definitely can't KO you with anything that Plusle has. So. It's the only problem with having a Pokemon that only has a single type of attack is that it's kind of gimped when it comes to fighting other types of Pokemon. Especially when it doesn't have a boosting move, like Plusle does not have one right now to get its special attack up. There will be other Pokemon I'll be using in later Pokemon playthroughs for this stream, where we'll also have a Pokemon that only has one type of attacking move, but the one in particular that I'm thinking of right now has a boosting move, and it's one of the best boosting moves in the series, so it'll make it a lot easier to hit things for massive damage, so... I beg to differ there, Chaser Kai. I can unlock the door, so the elevator is no longer off limits to me. Ha! Alright, let's head down to the Under. See what we can find. For approximately 5 minutes, and then come back up and fight everyone else. I dig the music down here, too, by the way. This place is pretty cool. They take the Pyrite Town theme, and they naturally step forward with it, so... Like, they make it sound like more Pyrite Town than Pyrite Town, so... And if you thought Pyrite Town was dingy, oh, this place is even worse. Yeah, they haven't exactly been giving out elevator keys willy-nilly, so... Okay, well, we can't unlock that door, unfortunately. Ever, I don't think. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought my PDA was ringing. It's the same ringtone. The Under time, huh? Okay. Who's Lady Venus? Oh, that's Lady Venus. Okay. What a freaking hairstyle she's got there. Or maybe that's just her... Like, I mean, it could be just like a crown thing she's wearing or something. Because her hair is just the brown stuff and the gold stuff is just like a set piece or something. Who refers to themselves like this? Seriously. Like, come on now. Is that supposed to be endearing? I don't know. Just makes me question her mental state, I guess. Uh-oh. Spies in the underground! Who could have guessed? Okay, but you didn't even tell them what the spies look like. How do you expect anyone to get good information? What the hell? No, we're not the spy. Well, okay, so we are the spies, but if you say that out loud, we're gonna get arrested immediately. Keep it to yourself, Nora. Sure, yeah, we're the spies. Fair enough. So yeah, it doesn't matter what you say there, she'll say, oh, okay, well, you must not be spies. You don't look it or something. Like, even if you say no. So. I wonder why she's so cautious. Maybe we'll find out soon. This isn't a door, right? No, that's just a big piece of metal that they stuck there in place of a door. So you can explore the whole place if you want. Ultimately, you want to get to that balcony where that chaser guy is over there, but we'll go there later. Yeah, eventually. Really? A lot of people have been telling me this. I thought this coat was pretty badass, but apparently not. Alright, well anyway, she wants to battle, so let's do that. And she's pretty crap, so... like, her Pokemon are even weaker than most of the ones that are in Pyrite Town right now. What are they even thinking? Let's see here. Of course, she has 4 of them, so that probably makes a bit of a difference, so... I think I'm just gonna Spark, and let's set up a Rain Dance, so I can Thunder some things and Surf some things. Give your cat a good zap. Or, rather, the cat that I'm seeing, not my cat, but, you know. Also, don't do that to your cat. Cats are cool. Don't zap your cats. It's not cool, man. Well, this is actually a good thing in terms of Quillfish's typing, because even though it's weak to ground types, because of that poison typing, it takes neutral damage from grass, so I can actually leave it in on some grass types and be halfway okay. Granted, I can't really hit them back for much of anything just yet, but we'll see what we can do later about that. We'll be able to solve that issue once we get something that can replace Poison Sting, but it might be a little while before we can do that. I love having Thunder this early in the game. It's pretty great. I mean, I'm saying early, but we're about halfway through the story mode at this point, so... yeah. I was going to say, that is almost all of the Jigglypuff we just took out. So... and Jigglypuff is not exactly tanky, but it has a lot of HP, so... it's pretty good. Probably Quillfish will get to 41 by the time this battle's over. So... that's fine. Thankfully, all of our Pokemon are pretty slow, so I can just get in my hits and be done with them before they can even get a chance to act. Let's do a Helping Hand Boost Surf! Get the maximum damage possible out of it right now. And then Quillfish will level up and get even more damage out of it because it'll get more points to its special attack. Last level up, when it went from 38 to 39, it got like 8 special attack. It was absolutely ridiculous how much special attack it got. It was nuts. And it's about to get some more, because that was after about half of the EV training being done, so... let's see. Yeah, Puzzle's catching up pretty quick, though, so that's good. Yeah, 5 more. Very nice. See, now that I can work with. 72 special attack, yeah, I can work with that. I can make that work pretty good for us over time. That's because I have Surf in Pokémon Colosseum. They're Hunter Zeta. I think she's a Hunter? I didn't see what her trainer class was. Zeta. Oh, fair enough. They do say don't judge a book by its cover. But I can judge this over here, because this is a really nice boon to us. Because this machine contains some of the best healing items in the game. Why? Well, if you take a look at them, this is a super potion that costs like 3 times, or actually, let's see. Yeah, 3 times less than what a super potion does. A little bit less than 3 times less. So you're saving a lot of money when you buy these. The only problem is that you have to buy them one at a time. And it exits off the menu every time you do it. Oh, that's fun. So you can't buy them in bulk like you could in some other games, but it's okay. We'll buy a few of them. There's also an item down there, but I don't think we're going to go grab it just yet. We'll go grab it later when we come back down here after we're done doing the side quest, I think. So I'm going to buy 12 of these, and I'm going to buy 12 lemonades, because lemonades restore, I think, 80 HP in this one? I can look. Yeah, 80 HP for $350. That's very nice. I'll take that, and no problem whatsoever. So... and probably I'll be restocking on these off-screen as needed. Actually, you know what? I'm going to buy 15 of each, so that way I don't have to restock for a little while, because we still got super potions to use up, so... eventually I won't need these fresh waters, though, so... as much, anyway. Yeah, we'll get to 15. I should still have enough money to get all the lemonades I want, because it's 350 times 15... is, so that's 3,500 is 10, and then 1,750 for 5 more, so yeah, we've got enough money, it's fine. It's fine. It's gonna take all of 2 minutes to get them, so... Oh, but now I have to press down twice. Oh no, I'm not ready for all this work. I didn't sign up for this. This wasn't in the job description. Okay, anyway. So 11 more to go, and then we're all stocked up. We'll be good to go in terms of these for a little while. And we should get a decent chunk of money together from fighting the trainers along the way through Pyrite Cave and Pyrite Building to get back into the cave, so... I probably won't fight all of the trainers, though, along the way. You're pretty much forced to fight most of the ones in the building, because most of them are within line of sight of you actually walking through the building. But the ones in the cave, you really don't have to fight too many of them. So, and I might not fight too many of them, because we're pretty good on levels right now. The next Cypher Administrator we're going to be fighting has Pokemon around level like 44 or 45, but we're never going to make it to those levels before we get to them anyway. So, yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, so we'll dip below 10,000, but that's okay. We'll get some money back. I just burned $70,000. My wallet! It's okay. We got some good healing items out of it, and we got some good other stuff, too. We got some cologne. It's all good in the hood. Let's see here. So, put these up here for now. Actually, I'm going to put these down here, because the Hyper Potions I'll probably hold on to, and the Max Potion I'll probably hold on to, but the Super Potions, those are going away very soon, so... Matter of fact, I'm going to use them before I use the fresh water, so... Yeah. But we're good with everything else for now, I think. Alright, come on, Nora, let's get the hell out of here. We got what we needed. Let's go do a side quest before we move along here. Because they're all on high alert because they think there are spies down here. You could go to the shop down there as well, and if you don't have access to, like, Thunder or Fire Blast or Blizzard at this point, you can buy those as TMs down there, but they're very expensive. So, it's probably not something you'll have the money for at this point. I'll be buying a different TM down there in a little bit, though. Actually, no, you know what? I do want to go down there now that I think about it, because there is one particular TM that I'd like to buy, and we have enough money to buy it, so I'll see what I can do. Let's check with the people in the shop, too. Oh, really? What makes you think? Oh, okay. Don't look at him! I don't know if that's what it is, man. We might as well chat with everybody else in the shop while we're here, so. And they'll sell full restores, which are pretty nice. They fully heal HP and status in a Pokemon. They've got max potions, still got hyper potions, full heals, and revives for you, so that's pretty nice, but we don't need that for now. We'll buy more of those later when we actually have money again. So we got Blizzard right here. Hyper Beam, the most expensive one, and probably not worth the money because of the recharge time on it. This is the one that I want right here, because this is the TM for Light Screen. So I'm going to grab that for Espeon right now, and Espeon's moveset will be pretty much done for the rest of the game. I eventually want to grab a Protect TM as well, and actually I might get it now because we've got the money for it. So we'll use that, but not just yet. And what else have we got? This is Safeguard. Not as useful, I think, as Reflect and Light Screen, because you have access to items in the story mode, so... Excuse me. But if you're, doing stuff in battle mode, Safeguard isn't too bad if you're going to run into a lot of status, so... This is Thunder, and this is Reflect if you don't have that already, or if you got rid of it on Espeon, you might want to rebuy it, because Reflect and Light Screen in this game are both really good. So, and there's Fire Blast here. We got Hidden Power as well, so if you want to gamble with your Pokemon's Hidden Power type, you can do that as well. I'm not going to bother, because I don't really need it, but it's there if you want to try it out. You never know, it might add some coverage for somebody like Plusle, maybe. So, alright, let's grab a Protect TM. We'll hold on to that for later, and then we'll go from there. Do I want to use any of these other TMs now I think about it? Because I could probably sell a few of them to get some money together. Pretty much I want to keep these for here. I definitely don't need this, or this ever, and I might want Toxic still. And Sunny Day, I'll never use it either, so I probably will get rid of that too. I don't know. I might sell them, I might not. If I do, I'll do it on screen, so that way I make sure everybody knows that I sold them. All right, Espeon, we're going to get rid of Return for you. You'll be an offensive powerhouse with a side of support now. You won't be able to weaken Shadow Pokemon basically at all for us, but you will be able to keep us alive long enough to let us do that with everybody else, so... And there we go. So then I'll just replace Psybeam with Psychic once it gets to... I think it gets Psychic at like level 40-something, like high 40s somewhere. I think, if I remember correctly. So we'll replace it with that when we get there, and then we'll go from there. What's up, sir? Sure, I'll hear your tale. Oh, really? Huh. Let's hope so, and hope that he's not involved with Cypher in any way. That would just be crazy, right? Oh, okay. I don't know if you'd want to do anything there, man. That wouldn't... You should never sell yourself completely to somebody else. That's not very healthy. She must be right over there, but we can't get there just yet. We'll have to go there in a little while. That is toxic sludge pouring out of that ventilator over there. That is not good for the environment whatsoever. Well, that's just great. Anyway, yeah, like I said, you want to get up to that top right corner over there where that chaser was. That's where the story continues after this, so. And if you want to go to the Colosseum, I have an operating disc, yeah. So, nope, don't think so. So yeah, you can use this and it will tell the UFO, which is right up here, which direction you want it to go in. So if you want to use the forward disc, you can use that. It'll take you to that path right up there, that platform, and that'll take you to the Colosseum. But there's nothing really for us to do in the Colosseum for right now, so we'll just save that for later when we come back here, after we fight the bonus boss that we're going to go fight now. So let's go do that, shall we? And going through here will get us maybe a level or two for everybody else, so if we get to 42 before the next boss, I'll be happy. I think that's doable. Oh, we got a fighter again. I forgot. Yeah, you don't want to have to keep going in and out of the building here, and there is a way to get around that, but I'll show that the next time we gotta go to the next time we go to the Under. I'll show how you get around having to refight these people just to get in every time. But for now, I'll take the experience with me, I guess. Won't be bad. Get that Helping Hand boosted Surf. Now that I got the extra 5 special attack, it should do some pretty good damage. It's a good test of how much it'll do as well, because Vibrava survived last time, so let's see if it gets a little more damage from it. Phanpy, on the other hand, never stood a chance. Poor guy. Poor gal. Oh, well, that's a crit, so goodbye, Vibrava. I mean, I guess this is good experience if you really want to keep doing this over and over again, but... And probably Vibrava gives attack, and probably so does Phanpy now that I think about it. So I guess if you've got a physical attacker, you can come in here and use it for that, but it's not really a good source. I mean, it probably gives like 3 attack per battle, I guess, so it's not bad, but there's another source of attack EVs that we can get that gives a lot more attack EVs outside in Pyrite Town, and I'll talk about that in a little bit if I ever need to use it, but I won't need to use it for quite some time yet, so. Alright, you're both level 41, so let's swap Espeon and Umbreon back out, get them to 42, and then we'll swap them back out and you guys back in. What's up, kid? Going to see what's in the cave, I guess. I heard somebody else moved in instead of Mirror B, so I'm gonna go see who moved in, if you'll let me through. He's not gonna let me through without a fight. Alright, so we got Tailo and Noctowl. That's fine. I wonder if I should taunt the Noctowl, because it might use Hypnosis, which would be gross. So I think I'll taunt it. Because I should be a little bit faster than a Noctowl, even though I'm on Umbreon and it's not exactly fast. But I might be a little faster than it. We'll see. Yep, I'm a little faster. Good. No hypnosis for you! Oh, okay, that's fine. That will do. Let's do a Reflect, and then... I don't know, I'm not going to hit it before it flies, so I guess I'll just use Snatch for the hell of it, because we're going to heal in just a minute, and I'll get rid of the PowerPoint use there. No, I'm using Reflect! So yeah, you can even snatch your own moves if you really want to. Not that it does you a whole lot of good, but... yeah. It's there. In case you want to do shenanigans like what I just did. Okay, well that's not too bad. And now we can double team you. I'm going to use Secret Power, though, because Noctowl has pretty high special defense, so... And I got decent attack on Umbreon. Also, you know, work on its defenses that way. Get it paralyzed, that's not a bad idea. Okay, well, we should have it after it comes down from the next fly. Or it could just get paralyzed and we can KO it next turn, that works too. Quick Claw activated a couple times there. That's not too bad. And that takes care of that. Yeah, Noctowl's a little tanky when we're not using a Pokemon that has a weakness hit on it, but it's fine. They've already got their experience. They're already level 41, so yeah, 41, so no big deal. So these guys won't give a whole ton of money, but by the time we get through here, we'll be able to get a decent amount of money collectively from all of them, so. There's no new items, by the way, though. There's nothing new in any of the treasure chests. There's no new chest to pick up. It's just what was there before. So it's just you and the trainers to deal with, and that's it. So, Entei, you're doing pretty good, my friend. Your bar there is doing pretty good, all things considered, so. We'll keep working on it. We'll keep working it over as we go through here. We'll get a little more steps in so we can, you know, bring it down a little more. Probably I'll bring it down in between episodes just to see what Entei's status as a shadow Pokemon is, but we'll do that later. Well, they can go wild here, but I can't guarantee they'll be able to do it for very long. Got Pupitar and Carvanha. That's fine. Carvanha dies to a light breeze, and Pupitar... Actually, I'm not sure if Psybeam will KO Pupitar. It might. I think Pupitar's got decent defenses, so... we'll just Secret Power Carvanha, it's fine. It's probably going to try to, like, bite or crunch Espeon, but I don't care. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to KO. That's okay. Oh, and it got confused. That's strange, because Secret Power... Oh, no, because I used Secret Power before. Never mind, I was thinking Secret Power did that. But no, Secret Power did not do that. That was Psybeam. So... Oh, okay, that's fine. So let's put up a Reflect, and let's get rid of Carvanha. And then we'll let it dig, and then we'll blast it off the field. But yeah, always nice to have access to Reflect and Light Screen. It definitely helps with the amount of potions you have to buy, and as you've seen previously, buying Pokeballs to catch the stuff in this game gets a little bit on the very expensive side, so... Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, it's not digging anymore. So yeah, if a Pokemon gets confused and hurts itself while it's underground, it will just stop digging, so that's fun. Alright, let's get rid of it. See if Psybeam can KO the Barboach. Maybe it will. Yes, it will. Good. So probably the rest of the episode will just be trainer fights, to be honest. We'll be going through the building, we'll be going through the cave. The cave will probably only be fighting like 4 or 5 trainers. We gotta fight like everybody on the way up the building, so... It'll give us some much needed experience, I guess, so... It'll help us out a little bit. Well, then you're gonna need to go to the Colosseum if you want to go wild there, and also maybe actually win, so... Alright, sure. I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time! I think that's what that's from. Excuse me. Maybe I should give Plusle that Lepa Berry just so he doesn't feel left out, because everybody else has a hold item. He's stuck without being able to use a magnet. I don't think there's any magnets in this game, though, unfortunately, so he might be stuck for a little while. And that's sad. Well, we got a Magnemite to deal with. But, I mean, it's got neutral hits against us, so I guess I'm not that worried about it. Let's get rid of Remoraid first, because it's probably the more damage dealing of the two. Let's just Feint Attack it. Magnemite has pretty good physical defense, but its special defense is a little bit lower. So probably next turn we'll be able to knock it out with a combination of the two, hitting it with their moves. Okay, Spark is fine. Kind of hurt a little bit though. It's fine though. We'll be okay. Magnemite's special attack is also pretty good, so not really all that shock it did that much damage. Shocked and it used Spark. Stop it. That wasn't even funny. I just realized I made a pun. That's all. It's funny, the tables have turned a little bit because Umbreon did a little bit more EV training with Quillfish in between episodes, so now it's a little bit ahead of Espeon on the experience. Everybody's about in the same boat, but, you know, like, they're not that much farther ahead, but they're pretty close to one another. It's just strange, I guess, because it's like, oh, wow. You know, Espeon was a level ahead just a couple of streams ago, and now all of a sudden, how the tables have turned. I think there's a trainer in there that you can fight as well, but yeah, I don't think I need to bother with that. It's fine. I might even need to fight these trainers on the way back, to be honest. Just to get down from here. Have to see. I don't know how that works. I don't know if the cave is considered an extension of the building or what. Like, so that they don't fight you again on the way up. Because, like, you can go back and heal if you want. I'll go do that eventually. It's just, I don't know if it, like, once you leave the building and go into the cave, is the cave part of the dungeon, or is it a whole new area, you know? And if that's the case, well, no, actually, thinking about it, we won't need to fight them on the way back down because we can just take the express elevator, so probably just do that instead. That'll work a little bit better. Okay, it's not too bad. 3s and 2s everywhere across the board. That's always a good thing. Shockwave. Yeah. Sorry, Voltorb, you just don't have the special attack that Magnemite does. Ooh, that did good damage. And I guess we'll just blast it with more Psybeam. Espeon's faster, but Umbreon is slower, so with Quick Claw activated, I would just have to wait and take damage if I helping hand it. So, not really my cup of tea. You're almost there, Espeon. We'll get you that level pretty soon. I just gotta obviously take a drink first because my throat just gave out. Yes, you are, sir. Yes, you are. Okay. I guess I'll use another super potion. I could go back downstairs and heal, but I'm trying to get these things out of my inventory anyway, so I can just replace them with the fresh water, so. If that means I can use them before we get to a healing point, I'm gonna use them. Ledian's got a lot of special defense, so we'll have to be a little careful with that one. It might take a few turns, but it doesn't really have any offensive potential at all, so yeah, we'll be okay. But let's get rid of Doduo first. That seems like a good idea. I think I'm going to try to taunt it as well, because it might put up like screens or safeguard or something to that effect. Like, it's usually used for support, so see if I can taunt it before it gets too far ahead of itself. Ooh, 4 speed, that's nice. That was probably from its naive nature, so that'll work. Okay, Supersonic is fine, but stop that right now. None of that bullshit. Hit me with Comet Punch or whatever the hell you've got in your bag of holding. Feint Attack on the Swablu. Secret Power on Ledian, but Feint Attack on the Swablu is fine. Quick Claw. Very nice. That's a dead Swablu. Sorry, buddy. I'm sending you back to the clouds. I don't think he wanted to go there. Too bad. Anyway. Comet to Panchu. Ow. Okay, that's fine. And that was without Reflect even up, so... yeah, not really all that great. I think Taunt runs out after this turn, though. So... it's a little unfortunate that in these earlier generations they don't tell you when Taunt runs out, so... be nice to know. But I guess you could just count to 3. Doesn't matter anyway, Lenien's gone. So that's good. One less thing standing in my way. Put her in the dirt. I think I made that joke last time she said that, actually. I need to get more original material, apparently. So, you never have a Shadow Pokemon. It doesn't even matter about the this time part. So... alright, a few more trainers and then we're out of here. And then it's just a matter of getting to Ye Old Cave there. How are we doing on money by this point? Oh, we're slowly building our way back up. Not going to have a lot of money for a little while, though. So, see, after this guy, we got 2 more trainers. I wonder if Hunter Dokkan is going to want to refight us before we go into the cave. I mean, he will refight if you talk to him, but I don't know if he does it on site or not. So, yeah, we'll see when we get there. This guy's got a Celio, though, so it's pretty good. I think this is the last time all of these trainers, second to last time, excuse me, all of these trainers will get a boost to their Pokemon. They'll get a boost to them one more time once the game is beaten. So, and, well, spoiler alert for when the game is beaten, we'll be coming back through here again after the game is beaten, and we'll be getting some extra experience that way as well, but it's not that big of a deal, I guess. Wow, I tanked a Psybeam and a Feint Attack. That's pretty impressive, Celio. Icy Wind will reduce our speed, but that's okay. I should still be faster than these guys, even at -1. At least with Espeon I will be. Maybe not with Umbreon, but Espeon, yeah, probably. And we didn't get an attack drop from Aurora Beam. I think it can drop your attack, so... I would prefer if it didn't, though. That's a dead Snorunt. Pretty easily there, too. That crit was strictly unnecessary. I'm not even worried about that. Although I might want to go back down and heal now. So. Because as long as you stay within the building, even if you move up and down floors, I don't think they'll refight you. I think they all stay, like, done in terms of being fought until you leave the building in some way. Once you leave the building, that's when they'll all want to refight you again, so. At this, I mean, in the Ore region, man, whether or not your Pokemon can win is most of the point. There's no contests to be done, there's no musicals, there's no Pokemon movies to star in, so winning battles in this region is the law of the land, and if your Pokemon can't do that, then they have to run on their cuteness alone. Which is fine, I mean, you know, nothing wrong with that. It's just, they're not going to win any battles for you, literally. So. Okay, I guess I'll save, because we haven't done that in a few minutes, so. There we go. And we're doing good now. You two are a little bit of a ways away yet from getting to 42, and then we'll swap back out for Plusle and Quillfish. And we'll go from there. And by the time I swap for Plusle and Quillfish, I will no longer need either electric or water-type moves, knowing my luck. Maybe I should just switch the order a little bit, you know? Oh, well, it's fine. But all these extra battles will get us a few extra EVs to work with as well. Even if they're not, like, necessarily the EVs that we need, it's nice to fill that out, you know what I mean? So that way we've got a little bit of extra stats all the way across the board. So we can tank some hits we normally wouldn't be able to, or we can deal a little more damage, so that's all good. That's a Seadra. Incidentally, if you fought Divil again, he would have a Seadra at this point instead of a Horsey. He didn't quite evolve the Psyduck yet, that's not till post-game. It's fine. Gloom is weak to this, and Seadra has low Spadef, so Probably won't knock it out with Feint Attack, but it'll do good damage. And this should be GG for Bloom, yeah. Okay. Next up, Sand Slash. I will probably need a couple of Psybeams to KO that. Ooh, Dragon Dance. That's a cool move. Must have raised this thing from an egg. So I don't think it gets that naturally. Okay, I mean, that's about a 2-hit. I'll take that. Sand Slash, let's start softening you up while I finish off Seadra. That's not too bad. Okay, I mean, that did pretty good. All things considered, your attack is only okay there, Seadra, so I guess with the +1, it did not bad. Not good, but not bad, I guess. Yeah, I don't think Dragon Dance works too well on a Seadra. Maybe on a Kingdra, but on a Seadra, I'd rather rely on its special attack, but in this generation, it's hard to rely on its special attack because it's not exactly... There's no real way to boost special attack in competitive all that much. I think a Pitaya Berry might be your only luck in terms of boosting your special attack unless you buff with, like, Calm Mind or something. So, there's no specs, that's what I'm trying to say, I guess. There's no choice specs to use it, whereas with physical moves, if you really want to boost it, you've got Choice Band that you can use. Now, you're locked into one move with the Choice Band, but it's still a boost that you don't get as a special attacker in this generation. That's why they added specs in the next generation, because they said, oh, no, we probably should make it so it's fair for special attackers too. So, alright, so Espeon, you'll probably get to 42 in the next battle, but Umbreon will get there in this one, so. Well, I'm hoping I don't get thrashed by you so I can get through and get to the cave. We'll see if that actually happens, though. Yeah, it should happen. I mean, a Cacnea and a Tentacool, yeah, I think we'll be okay. Now, I know Tentacool is weak against Psybeam, but it's probably more pertinent for me to knock out the Cacnea because it probably has Dark-type moves, so see if Espeon can do it. Should be able to. And then we'll just Secret Power the Tentacool to hit it on its weaker defensive side. Probably won't KO, but it'll do good damage. Yeah, Umbreon should level up after we beat Tentacool, so this is good. That is not good, I guess. Slight screen, and then I don't freaking know. It's just gonna... I'm just gonna snatch again. Let me snatch that light screen from you instead. I'll take that, thank you. Because Umbreon would have gone first before Tentacool went, so I literally wouldn't have been able to do anything other than waste a power point, so. When you're gonna waste a power point, do it in style. Alright, and now... That's just Helping Hand Secret Power. Why not? Let's give him a hand, Espeon. Go. Step on the trapdoor, and there we go. Easy as that. So I think we'll go heal now, since I think, again, once we leave the building, I'm pretty sure we can't... I'm pretty sure we can't go back down unless we use the express elevator without everybody wanting to fight me again, so... I don't need Mean Look in this one. It makes it so that your foe can't escape from the battle until either you faint or you switch out, or they faint. But, yeah, I don't think we need it all that badly. What I've got is pretty good, so... Like I said, Espeon and Umbreon's movesets are pretty solid, all things considered, in the beginning of the game. There's only a few moves that you'd want to switch out for them throughout the game with their current sets. Apparently Sniper knows what he's doing. Who'd have thought? But, yeah, other Pokemon you'll want to replace their moves a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, most of the Shadow Pokemon get at least halfway decent moves. Like, at least 50% of their moveset is pretty good. In Quillfish's case, it was only 25% because he had Surf, but, well, that's all he really needed, so, yeah. Alright, so we'll heal here. We'll save again. We'll go up and see if Hunter Doken wants to refight without me, like if I can walk past him or not. And then once we do that, we will go into the cave. And we'll see if we can find who's occupying it instead of Mirror B now that he's gone. And like I said before, you can do this at any point after you beat Mirror B, but you have to do it before you beat the game, because once you beat the game, the trainer that's up there will disappear and they'll be replaced with somebody else, and you'll never see them again. So, yeah, you got to do this before you beat the game, and right about now is probably about the time that you're supposed to do it, so that's why we're doing it. Alright, Hunter Doken, I'm in your line of sight and you're not fighting me. So, yeah, I think I'll be good. I think I'll just go in. I'm just gonna go in the cave, man. Hope you don't mind. So yeah, there should be like 3, maybe 4 trainers along the way that we can fight. I'm gonna fight this guy. I'm not gonna fight this guy, okay. I was gonna say, apparently I wasn't in his line of sight. I had to move a little closer. You, sir, need some glasses. I'll fight him, though. He's kind of in the way, anyway. Like, you would think he would have been able to see me. And I guess I could have gone all the way down and around if I really wanted to, but... yeah, I mean, he gives defense EV and some special attack EVs, so both of those will be useful for both of these Pokemon that I have out in the field. So I'll take it. It's also got a third, whatever it's supposed to be. Coughing, you do not get to go boom. There will be enough of that in about 10 minutes when I get to the bonus boss. You do not get to go boom. You get to go to jail. Go directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. But if you do find $200 in the jail, you might want to give it to me. I could use that money. Psych Up, we don't need. It lets you copy the stat changes of whatever you target. Not so useful for Espeon because Espeon's other moves are so good, so we'll leave that well enough alone. Can be useful though if you have, let's say, a Pokemon that has Psych Up but can't learn a whole lot of boosting moves, and you have a Pokemon that has a boosting move that'll help it. You could just boost up with the other one and then use Psych Up, and there you go. But yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. We'll be good. Alright, so let's just double team the Shroomish. Let's actually, I think Feint Attack doesn't make contact in this generation, so we'll do that. Even though it looks like it should, but... well, we'll know in a second if it does, because I'll get Effect Spored. There you go. That was not even necessary, but I guess there's no kill like Overkill. Kinda sucks that guy didn't get to evolve his Shroomish yet, though. If it was a Breloom, well, it would have met the same fate, because it's a Breloom, so I would have killed it with Psybeam, but... you know. At least we would have gotten to see Breloom before Pokemon XD. So, I mean, it wasn't a struggle. It just, you know, a bit of EV training, a bit of leveling where I could. Hell, they were level 36 the last time I came through here practically, so. Oh, right, Espeon and Umbreon are both level 42, so let's swap them out. Entei, how are you doing over there? Let's check it out. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I can probably walk around with you for, you know, maybe 10-15 minutes and I'll have your second bar all the way down. So whatever you got going for you, man, keep going. It's working for you. What's the cave map look like? Guide. Let me reference the guide here so I can see if which way I need to go here. Okay, so B just leads to a dead end where there were a bunch of Ultra Balls before, which was this set of stairs is marked as B on the map that I have. So we want to go up here. So we definitely do have to fight Ryder Tawan here. Twan. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not even going to try. He's a rider. That's the point. He's got a shell gun. Okay. That'll take a little bit of doing to break through its defenses. I wonder if he evolves into a Salamence by the end game. I don't know. I've basically never come through here in the end game, so maybe we'll find out. Let's see. I just switched Espeon and Umbreon out, and here are Pokemon that would have benefited me to be able to have them out on the field, but that's okay. Let's set up a Rain Dance. Usually that's a pretty good MO with Plusle and Shelgon, or Plusle and Quillfish, because, well, that means my Surfs do more damage, that means my Thunders are accurate, so yeah, usually a pretty good idea. And I'm probably going to need all of that power to break through Shelgon's shell, because it's Dragon type, which means a lot of elemental attacks are resisted by it. The natural 4, actually that's just the thing I'm referring to them as now, water, fire, grass, and electric are all resisted by Dragon types, so it's a pretty good defensive typing, all things considered. Now, that's resisted, but I don't know, it didn't take that too well. So. Am I going to get any mileage out of Thunder in the next fight that we go to? I mean, I could, like the next boss fight, that is. I mean, I could, but, well, it probably wouldn't be a good idea. You'll see why in a little while when we get there. Yeah, look at that. Plusle's practically already completely caught up to Quillfish. That's impressive. Okay, well, Headbutt isn't going to help you when you're paralyzed, so... Did pretty good damage, though. Would have almost one-shotted me if it had critted, so... And you did use Focus Energy in the hopes of that, so... Alright, how about we do a Helping Hand boosted Surf? Give it all you got, Plusle! Okay. Now we'll do this. Goodbye, Camerupt. I didn't even need the Rain or the Helping Hand for that. I had enough special attack to KO it in one shot normally, but I figured I'm not going to need it for Shelgon either, so I might as well use it. 1,095 experience from that Camerupt and 900 from Shelgon, so that's not too bad. That's a solid investment of experience we just got there. Yes, they were. Okay, so all of the trainers that had Shadow Pokemon before, well, now, yeah, I am. They will be... I think we have to fight 2 of them. I don't think we had to fight the Swablu one at all, but well, we'll see in a little bit when we go up the stairs there and find out. Again, all the treasure chests are still empty. If you emptied them out before, there's nothing new in them, so yeah, don't worry about that. Do I have anything that I can heal Plusle with? I'll just use a fresh water, it's fine. Let's stay hydrated. There you go. We can restock on fresh water really easily. It's only 200 each, so it's really not a big deal. I mean, it's not even going to put a dent into my wallet at all at this point. We're starting to get a little bit more money together. So there she goes again with the coo. She's just, I swear, she's just a Pidgey in a human robot body. Ridiculous. Okay, so Mareep is probably the main target that we will want to deal with. I can't spark it though, because if I spark it, I could get paralyzed myself from static, so I think we'll just do a Helping Handed Surf. That works pretty good. Might even KO both of them. We'll see. Okay, Jigglypuff, not quite goodbye, but that's okay. Mareep, not quite goodbye, but that's okay. A little bit of Cotton Spore. It's all over me! No, it's fine. Just a little bit of speed down, no big deal. These people don't really know how to attack all that much, do they? They prefer to spend their time, apparently, just, doing other stuff instead. Using status ailments on you, or buffing themselves when they barely have any HP left. I mean, I guess it's fine. It means that they won't be a big problem, but yeah. Okay, so Cacnea won't really care about this surf, like, at all, but that's okay. It does make me wonder, though, how does Helping Hand interact with multi-hit moves, like Pin Missile? Does it only boost the first of the attack, or does it boost all of them? Because, well, all of them would make the most sense, but I don't know. So I guess I'm going to find out right now. If we hit my Pin Missile... Let's see. I don't have much good luck with Pin Missile's accuracy, so... Okay, well, we hit it, so... That did pretty good damage. It must be for all of the hits. Okay, well, fair enough. Hey, Marie, how's it going? Welcome. Almost 2 hours late, but it's cool. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I've just been having a grand old time. We beat Dakim, we snagged Entei, and now we're heading to fight a bonus boss before we go to the Under. Although we already went to the Under because I had to go to buy some lemonade and some fresh water, because those are too tempting to pass up, so... I did the last time I was here. You know this. Good lord. Yeah, it must boost all of them, so that's pretty good. And it makes sense because, well, if it didn't boost all of them, it'd be a little bit weird, I guess. Well, I boosted the first one. That sounds like a Gen 1 thing, I guess. You did your exercise for today, 10K steps. Nice, congrats. That's good. Always good to get those 10,000 steps in. It'll definitely, you know, keep you in good shape. So, how we doing, Entei? Okay, I mean, we're getting there. It's not going to be fast with Entei, so don't think that it's ever going to go quickly no matter what you do. Even if it's beneficial to it, it won't go quickly. So, getting its bar down, that is. It's really, really, really long to... takes a really long time to get it down if you do it naturally. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you've got so much confidence in yourself, kid. At least you're not under Mirror B's thumb anymore. We didn't have to fight him, but I figured I might as well, you know. You haven't cooled off from your warm shower, so you changed and you're still sweating. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I usually wait a little while before I take a shower after exercising. I usually try to wait till I'm sufficiently cooled off first before I try doing any of that, so... let's start with Spark. We'll get a Rain Dance going. I could Pin Missile, but this way I can Thunder and then Pin Missile in the next turn. And we can just Pin Missile this Lombre and get rid of it. With Paralyze, too. Nice. Yeah, Spark is pretty nice because of its 30% paralysis rate, so that's not too bad. Oh, sir, I had the same idea you did, although I might have just given you Swift Swim, but to be fair, one of your Pokemon's paralyzed now, so who cares? Alright, let's Thunder that Lombre. We will... Actually, that one's paralyzed, so I'm not really all that worried about it. Let's just help out Plusle with this one if it needs it. And there you go. Yep, I thought so. Of course, they might have Rain Dish instead, so if that's the case, then, well, goodbye. Oh, you just sweat easy? You did wait? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, sometimes that'll happen. It's no good, but sometimes that's what happens. Need to watch the VOD anyways, need to get some water, make some tea, and think you need to warm up dinner you haven't actually eaten today. Oh yeah, you should probably do that then, yeah. Not good to go too long without eating, especially if you've been exercising. That wouldn't be good. So, yeah, go get yourself some stuff. We'll still be here for a little bit yet, so. Basically, I did everything up to Dakim yesterday, and then we took care of Dakim today, and I'm going to do everything up to the next Cypher Administrator today, because it looks like we're going to get through this cave without having to worry about it too much. So, we should be able to do all the story stuff leading up to the next Cypher Administrator, and then on Friday, we'll fight the next Cypher Administrator, and then we'll go from there. Of course, that's going to depend on how it goes here with the bonus boss. I don't want to say he's a pushover. I don't think he's terribly difficult, but he has a lot of things that go boom. So, and that's no good. Pin Missile can miss. Never seen it miss, to be fair. Yeah, I think it has in older generations, though, we're talking. We're not talking like newer generations. In older generations, I think it has like 85% accuracy or something like that. Not 100, unfortunately. Although I think in the later gens, it did have like 100%, or at least more than 85% accuracy. So. Alright, Plusle, Quillfish, we're doing pretty good. Both level 42, so that's good. Everybody's there now, so that's where I wanted to be. Excuse me, by the time we fight the next boss, so that will work. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think more trainers, 5 actually, that we'll be fighting before the next boss, so we shouldn't get any more levels, or if we do, I might get them for like 1 or 2 of my Pokemon, so maybe later, kid. Maybe later it will. Because we're going to get these two to 43 first before we go back to Espeon and Umbreon, so. Alright, let's fight the other guy if we need to. I don't know if I can get to the stairs without fighting him, so. gonna make food and tea. Might make it back as you finish up. Oh, that's okay. No problem. Go get yourself some food and tea. It'll be worthwhile. Yeah, 85% accuracy on Pin Missile. That's no good. Not nearly as reliable as what I'm gonna replace it with when we have enough Poke Coupons. So, yeah, as you can see, you have to fight the guy because you can't get around the stairs here. There's a bunch of debris in the way, so... Excuse me. I'm gonna fight him. Maybe. Again, I heard somebody was taking over for Mirror B in here, so I'm gonna go see who it is. So yeah, we'll fight this guy. We'll go back and heal, we'll go back and save, and then we'll see who's in Mirror B's room now. Maybe there's a minin in there or something. Yeah, that would be funny. Who do I paralyze while I set up the rain here? I don't think I'm gonna actually set up the rain now that I think about it. I don't think it's necessary for this fight. Yeah, Loudred's only level 36. I don't think it's necessary. I am gonna spark the Lotad though, so I do enough damage to probably KO it. Okay, well, Surf should KO it from there, even though it's quad resistance. So. My special attack is not my highest stat, but it's not necessarily low either. So, alright, that takes care of that guy. Probably what we'll do is, in the post-game, like I said, all the trainers here will get boosted levels and they'll get new Pokemon and all that. And this guy might even have a Metagross, which is kind of sketchy as hell. But we'll figure it out when we get here in the post-game. But what I'll probably do in the post-game is I'll probably actually fight all of these trainers. Even the ones that I skipped this time, because we'll need the experience in the post-game. We're gonna... Basically, by the end of the game, I want to get everybody to at least level 63. That should give us a nice amount of wiggle room when it comes to fighting the end-of-game bosses. So, like the post-game bosses, that is. And there's quite a few things to do in the post-game as well, so... Medang, you are a little bit tanky, my friend. It's okay, though. It's because I don't have a fire or a ground-type move just yet. That's what's making it so tanky. Goodbye, Plusle. Oh, I live! Barely, but I live. Why don't you get rid of Metang? Because we can take care of Lombre just fine after I lemonade you up. Here you go, Plusle. Sweet drink. Nice. So let's get rid of this guy, because he's a big threat. For now, until I get done with the second to last dungeon in the main story. Blech. Okay, now we got Lombre. And then there was Pan. That's fine. And then I'll try Pin Missile again. I'm not counting on it actually hitting, but I'll try it. Not really in a hurry, you know. It's fine. Blech. Well, 2 hits will do enough, so good. Very good, very good. Alright, that takes care of that. And I don't actually know what the guy that we're about to go fight starts with on his team. I'll just keep Plusle and Quillfish out for now, because we should be able to handle it without too much trouble, but yeah, I don't actually know. Actually, I might bring Espeon and Umbreon out, because Reflect and Light Screen will be fairly helpful, I think. Mostly Reflect, but Light Screen, probably that too. So, we'll see. Let's see, you guys have got not that much to the next level, so yeah, we'll bring Espeon and Umbreon out. Then we'll all be at about the same level, so that'll be good. Quillfish will actually be a little bit behind, which is kind of funny, because he started this episode as the highest level Pokemon in the party. So, that's okay. Alright, so swap you guys out. Entei, you're still doing pretty good. Haven't walked enough for him to get another boost to his heart gauge. Oop. Stand on the thing there. There we go. So I can actually use this. Do I have any items I need to deposit or withdraw? I don't think I picked anything else up. No. I mean, I guess I could deposit the max potion, but I might actually need it, so we'll see. Alright, anyway, that takes care of that. So now, excuse me, Nora, let's go see who's occupying Mirror B's chamber now that he has vacated the premises. Elvis has left the building. Let's see who got left behind. I don't know if it would be fair to compare Mirror B to Elvis. In my mind, he's probably about as memorable as Elvis, but I don't know. Anyone who's like an Elvis superfan would probably be like, that's blasphemy, you take that back right now. Well, I don't hear any additional music. Just, I guess, okay. There is someone here, though. And he looks like a bit of a clown, if you ask me. He's wearing Mirror B's colors, so that could be a problem, I guess. So who the hell are you supposed to be? So this is Miracle B. He's not the rightful successor. He's just a cipher peon that really likes Mirror B. Apparently he likes him enough to defy his orders and run off into a cave for some godforsaken reason. Anyway, let's fight him. And for some godforsaken reason, Tsukasa Tawada thought it was a good idea to make a Nightcore version of Mirror B's theme and use it as Miracle B's theme. It's gross. I hate it. And frankly, it makes my ears bleed a little bit, but it's probably fine. We won't be dealing with it for that long, so... Alright, I'm probably going to want to put up both screens before this is done. But, let's see here. I'm not going to be able to taunt Electrode before anything weird happens, so I guess I'll just Secret Power it and see where we go from here. He's got some decent Pokemon. He's got some fully evolved stuff, so he's probably better than most of the trainers we've fought so far. So, alright, he's got Light Screen as well. If you had Brick Break at this point, because for some reason you've already beaten Pyrite Colosseum, that would probably come in handy for you right about now. But I don't have that, so we'll just not. Alright, and Seeking's got Waterfall. That's why I put up the Light Screen there. That'll help us out a little bit. And I'm going to try to... let me put up Reflect, actually, first before I use a Helping Hand boosted Secret Power on Electrodes. That way I know I KO it. You want to try to KO these guys before they get too far down on their HP, especially Electrode, because once he gets down and low on HP, I think his AI pattern will basically be like, hey, you should blow up. So... that, however, will help us to synchronize paralysis there. Because that'll make it so that... well, I can KO Electrode next turn anyway, so maybe I'll just heal Espeon and then KO it. Wait out the Light Screen, you know. Might as well. Got nothing else better to do for now. So, alright, so let's do that, and then KO the Electrode. Because it's not going to go before me this time. I have Quick Claw, and I paralyzed you. Well, you paralyzed yourself, really. By using paralysis, a move that inflicts paralysis on a Pokemon with Synchronize. What were you thinking, Electrode? Okay, well, he's got a Linoon. That's something, I guess. I should probably bring Plusle and Quillfish in here now. They'll do pretty good against both of these guys. And it gives me an extra turn to wait out the Light Screen. Their Light Screen wearing off if I do that, so... and then, let's just swap out for Quillfish. I believe what this guy has going in terms of his gimmick, quote-unquote, is that all of his Pokemon know Flail, which means that the lower their HP goes, I think maybe Electrode is the only exception to that rule. If I remember right, I could be wrong. But basically, once they get lower on HP, they'll start using Flail instead of their normal moves to hurt you. Like that. Ow! Well, that's no good. Let's see. I guess we'll swap Espeon back in then so I can get some Helping Hand boosts and stuff. I kind of wanted to use Spark, but I'm going to need Reflect and Light Screen anyway, so it's fine. Eventually I'm going to need Reflect and Light Screen, that is, so... let's see, let's use Eliminate. I'll revive Plusle in a minute because I'm not going to be KOing anything this turn, so... probably Seeking's got Swift Swim, but I should be able to do a little bit of damage with Surf to just soften them up a little bit. Unfortunately, with Plusle's low physical defense, it's kind of hard to bring it in on anything, so... that did pretty good. I mean, it was a crit, but that's why it did pretty good. I'm just waiting out the light screen at this point, man. Of course, my reflect will wear out at the same time light screen will, so... Or no, my light screen actually will wear out when theirs does, so... Yeah, there goes ours. But also, there goes theirs, so... And I still have a turn left before reflect wears off, so that should help a little bit. Alright, so now we just do big damage, and we surf. See if we can get rid of this Sea King. Linoon's probably a bigger threat than it, but... you know. Get us working on some other stuff instead. I'm surprised Linoon went second there. Didn't think I was that fast. Apparently so, though. And I'm not even worried about it, though, if Plusle has a little bit less experience out of this whole thing, because it'll catch up. It gets boosted experience from everything, so that'll be fine. Gonna have to put up a reflect again, like right about now, so gonna have to worry about Sandslash too. I mean, Surf will do good damage to it, so that should be okay for us. I forget what his last is, though, now that I think about it. But I guess we'll figure it out later. How's about we do a Rain Dance? And we'll do a Helping Hand boosted Surf next turn to do some good damage to both of them. There we go. I don't think any of his Pokemon benefit from Rain Dance, though. Maybe his Electrode has Thunder, but I couldn't tell you. Ow. Well, Reflect ain't really gonna help if I get critted. So, alright, Umbreon, Quillfish, you're up. Let's do this. You can both probably do okay. I'll end up having to send somebody else out soon if this, you know, whole crit shenanigans keeps happening, but... Or if they start targeting Quillfish, which they potentially could. Again, the AI likes to multi-target Espeon when it's out because, well, it's got low defenses, and so they like to do all that to it. In the rain, I might get away with KOing Linoon, so I'm gonna go after Sandslash with Feint Attack just to soften it up, and it'll definitely get KO'd from Surf, so... Because it might not have KO'd it if it wasn't soft. Well, maybe with the rain it probably would have, but it doesn't matter, we got them both anyway, so... And there goes Sandslash, very good. Umbreon and Quillfish will be in good shape pretty soon. And probably the Reflect will last the rest of the fight, so I can probably use Umbreon's turn to start reviving people. Oh, it's another Sudowoodo. Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. He definitely doesn't benefit from the rain, though. So. Do I want to revive, though? Now that I think about it, it might not be a good idea, considering what he's... I'm pretty sure once he gets to this point where he's only got one Pokemon, he will blow up, like, 100%. So, maybe it's better to just knock him out. I'm going to choose to believe that, so... Yeah. We should be able to with the rain boosting everything. And Feint Attack softening it up. Don't make a liar out of me, game! There we go. Perfect. But yeah, Sudowoodo knows self-destruct as well, so if it shows up on the field and it's the last one, I don't know. It might be better to just knock it out at that point so you don't have to deal with it. But, it's okay. We beat Miracle Beam. I don't know how that has anything to do with you getting an afro. It's not like I prevented you from growing any hair by beating you in a battle. So basically, he's just some weirdo in a cave. I don't know why he's here, but whatever. Anyway, yeah. So you can come in here and you can fight him and you can beat him if you want. I don't know. It's content, I guess. He never shows up again, though, after you beat him. He's just kind of here and then he's gone, so I don't know. He's just a weirdo in a cave. I mean, I guess Mirror B could almost also qualify for those definitions. I wouldn't consider him that much of a weirdo, I guess. He's got his own style, you know, whatever. Miracle Bee's just kind of a poser. He's like the fake Kiryu that I'm probably going to be seeing in... I think that's in Yakuza Kiwami. It might be in Kiwami too, though. I don't know. I'd have to ask Cole. Or just play them for myself. I'll probably just do that instead. So, that seems like the sensible option. Okay, we're back to full health. Let's see. Yeah, Umbreon, everyone, basically, is a little bit ahead of Espeon at this point, but that's okay. We'll just switch out and alternate Espeon with other people so they all get to 43 when it gets to 43. Yeah, there's no reward for fighting him either, so I don't know. I guess it's just extra experience a cameo. I don't know, something that the developers decided, hey, we're going to stick in here. In case you, for some reason, decide to go back here. I got nothing. I got nothing. Let's just move on. Okay. So, back down here. We'll use the express elevator to get down into Pyrite Building without having to fight too many of the trainers, and then I'll show the little shortcut that lets us get back into the Under without having to go all the way through Pyrite Town and also all the way, well, into the building to the elevator and have to fight that chaser lady along the way. So... Oh, actually, that reminds me, the bodybuilder over there by the Colosseum will actually fight you now, so maybe I'll go fight him too. Might not be a bad idea. You know, before we go back to the Under. Might not be a bad idea. I think his Pokemon are pretty weak, though. Like, they're probably about as weak as that other lady that we fought down in the Under itself, so... We'll go see. But, yeah, now that we've exited the building, all of the trainers will want to refight you, so... Maybe don't go back up there for now. We'll go back up there in the post-game, so don't worry about that for now. Yeah, we'll leave these two, because Umbreon's almost 43, so we'll just switch Espeon. We'll leave Espeon, and we'll switch everybody else out after. Yeah, we beat Miracle Bee, so... We're all done in Pyrite Cave, so we're going back. He really wasn't that much of a problem. I mean, he knocked out Espeon and Plusle, but Umbreon and Quillfish kind of, you know, finished everything up after that, so it wasn't really a big deal. Ah, okay, fair enough. I'll battle you then. Your feet are starting to feel the recoil from walking about 10,000 steps. Yeah, you get that, like, feeling in your feet for the rest of the day sometimes when you walk that far. It'll go away, but it takes a little bit sometimes. Make sure your knees, if your knees start getting sore, you ice them a little bit, because I've made the mistake of going to sleep after not icing them, and it's not good. He has an Aaron! I love Aaron. The evolutionary line for Aaron is one of my favorite Pokemon in the series. It's great. Love this little guy. Hang on, watch what happens when he gets hit by the Psybeam. Obviously it's going to hurt him, but I just love his poses that he does. Watch. I don't know, it's just so much character. He just puts his head back up and he just shakes his head like, nope, that's not going to take me down. I'm a strong little boy. You can't knock me down with a Psybeam. I think it's cute. Yeah, Metal Dino, it's so cute. It's about 5 miles for you. Oh yeah, that's quite a bit of walking then. Yeah, definitely do a little bit of icing, I think, before you go to bed, because don't want to be sore in the morning. It sucks having to walk around with sore knees or anything like that, so... So yeah, nothing really to this guy, he's just kind of there. I think his Pokemon evolve after the game's over when everybody in the whole region gets a level boost, but he's really nothing too big, so... I don't know, man. I seem to remember you believing in the fortune-telling pretty good in the next game, so... I also think that athlete outside of Mount Battle will refight you now, or something. But, I'm not 100% sure. Well, I guess I'll check my money while we're here. Okay, there we go. We're getting there in terms of money. So, and you two are fine for now. Once Umbreon gets to 43, which might happen in the next battle, we'll, swap around. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap Quillfish in instead of Umbreon, because, well, if we're going to fight that Chaser lady with 2 ground types, I'd rather have the Water type move to blast them off the field a little easier, so... It's okay, you'll recover. You've done this before, as in within the last year. You get to do this daily for the foreseeable future. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I usually take a break in between. I'll do like 1 day on, 1 day off when I'm working out, so... Should burn 2 to 3 pounds a week more with water weight. That's good, though. That will, you know, that's good progress that you'll be able to make like that. Oh, she's not fighting me. Maybe because I'm still in Pyrite Town, so it won't have her fighting me because of that. Okay, well, since she's not going to fight me, I'm going to go back to the Pokemon Center that's right over here. So, see if the kid fights me again. Nope. Okay. That's fine. I don't mind that. So maybe you just have to exit the town and re-enter for them to fight you. I don't know. Okay, so anyway. We'll save. We'll head back to the Under. We'll go get some more fresh water and some more lemonade. Because why not? And then after we get that, we'll go and actually move on with the plot a little bit by actually getting what you need to get while you're there. So... kind of want to lose around 110 pounds, so yeah, I mean that's a tall order, but I mean if you lose it 2 to 3 pounds at a time like that, it'll come off. It will take a little bit to do it, but it's a good target to have because you'll get there. It'll take a little while, but I know you can do it. So I believe in you. Believe in the me that believes in you. Let's see. Well, you got a little more off your gauge, so that's not too bad. I end up using like 11 balls to catch Entei there. I used timer balls and ultra balls in combination, and it worked pretty good. So we managed to make it so that there were enough turns used up in battle where the timer balls were the most effective ones, so that helps. Okay, finally time to grab that chest, so we'll go get it in a second once I get some drinks. Let's grab some more water. Excuse me. Grab a couple more cans of lemonade. Unfortunately, I don't think you can buy Moo Moo milk in this game. You might get some, but you don't get much of it, so... okay, anyway. So we're done up here for now. So, like I said, we gotta get over there where that guy's looking at before we can move along. But we'll check out the rest of the area before we go that way. Might as well, right? We already checked around the shop and around the UFO area, so let's check up here next. No, not gonna step... ugh. What is this shit? This toxic sludge dumping all over the place here. Well, they got some kind of satellite grid going on here, but it doesn't seem to be working all that well for them. Wonder what they're talking about. Well, it's probably none of my business anyway. Let's head down here. Oh, really? Huh. I wonder who took him out. Must be a pretty strong trainer to do that. Anyway. I don't think there's anything behind the shop here. No, there's not. So, we'll go grab this and then we'll head inside. See what we can do from there. I'll take those, thank you. 3 more hyper potions, nice. Yeah, the Under's theme is really, really good. It's, like I said when we first got here, it's like a logical extension of the Pyrite Town theme. So, it's pretty good. I enjoy it. It also has that distant train sound in the background, so there must be like a railway system or something going on around here somewhere. I don't know. Hello, sir. So this is the Underground Hotel, and if you thought the Pyrite Town Hotel was expensive, oh, this one's 1,000 Poké$. So, no, I don't think I will, sir. I think there's a little Easter egg here, though. Like, if you go behind the counter... yeah. No, I'm not holding you up. I needed to come around the thing to ask if you were actually serious about the 1,000 Poké$ thing. Holy cow, man. That's a lot of money to be spending. So... I just saved, but it'll save again. Because why not? Actually, I'm probably going to save again on my way back through here, but whatever. It's fine. Actually, we'll probably be saving here once I'm done with this episode, because this is the only save point for a little bit of ways around here, so... oh, okay. I was, like, a pixel away from that popping. Okay. Oh, here we go again. I still don't understand her... why she refers to herself like this. Like, come on now. You are not anyone's fire or anyone's desire. Stop it. Well, the spies haven't been caught yet because you literally just said there were spies here. You need to gather the information for us. We're not going to give you any information at all. Good luck. And then you just did it again. Why are these people competent? Like, how are these people competent? Oh, man. How about we punch him really, really hard together? Whatever. Yeah, I can hear that. Fair enough. That's because he always tells you to do all the heavy lifting, man. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's so bizarre. Taking the words right out of my mouth, man. Oh. Okay, never mind. Now I don't want anything to do with you because you're lying through your fucking teeth. Lying through your false-ass teeth, old man. Spies! Oh, okay, well, fair enough. Nobody thinks I'm that strong around here. I mean, I guess it's working to my advantage, but... oh, well. Oh, really? Okay, interesting. So it's kind of like with Mirror B, except instead of... Mirror B didn't meet you in person, he just sent one of his grunts to give you a shadow Pokemon, but Venus will meet you in person. Oh, okay, fair enough. You don't have to fight this guy, but I'm going to because, well, he doesn't really have much going on for him for now. Wait until you get to his third Pokemon, and then we'll understand what I was talking about when I said that the Pokemon in this game are at least realistically sized. Oh boy. You and tons of other people believe in me, but I don't believe in myself. Yeah, that's the last hurdle, though, isn't it? Once you believe in yourself, it's a lot easier to get done with all the things that you want to do, you know? So, it's just a hurdle you gotta get over. You'll get there. And, I mean, seeing progress will definitely help you getting over that hurdle, that's all. So. Yeah, nothing really going on with the Magikarps and the Phoebus right now, but... then he sends this thing out. And it is realistically sized. And this place is big enough for him to have one, to be fair, so... surprise Whale Lord. I just want it to pan the camera around so we can see just how big the damn thing is. Hold on. Yeah, there you go. You wanted realistically sized Pokemon? There it is! I mean, it's 48 feet long. Like, of course it's gonna be that big. The battle camera can't even handle how big it is. It has to pan all the way down here just to see most of its body. Good lord. Well, sorry, Wailord, you're not going to get a chance to do much. I critted you. And you have a lot of HP, but not the best defenses, so... yeah. I feel like Wailord's a bit of a wasted opportunity when it comes to its stats, to be honest. It just doesn't get really good stats. And, I mean, it's a gigantic whale. Like, you'd think it'd be pretty good, but apparently not. So, I mean, I guess it gets Choice Scarf Water Spout next gen, but, well... there might be a couple of other Pokemon that can do that a little bit better. Not that they're in the low tier that Wailord's in, but, you know. No, you probably won't. It's kind of hard to become the champion under Colosseum anyway, because the Pokemon there are like in the high 50s in level, so we probably won't be doing that until probably post-game, to be honest, so. But this guy's determined, so I'll give him some credit where it's due. Hello, sir. Oh, really? The kids grid, huh? Wonder what that's all about. I guess it's possible. Oh, so that's why we keep hearing that there. There must have been a train around here at some point. Good question. Maybe we'll have to go find it eventually. Hey kid, I hear you're stealing parts from your grandpa upstairs. Oh, okay. Hi. Yes, that's us. How do you know that? That's not an answer to my question. But he gives us the power-up part for coming in here. And apparently we gotta go find this net kid so we can give it to him. From Pear. Okay, fair enough. Oh, so maybe that's why the satellite dish wasn't working, because they don't have the power for it. They need more power! Hi, Cole. Power. Having fun yet?
Well, I just passed out for 3 hours, so...
Oh, okay.
What the fuck?
Meanwhile, in the bad guy's HQ, well, in the under anyway, got a few rats infesting your underground town, huh? Sure you will. Apparently, these are the other two administrators that are working under Nazcauer. Spoiler alert, I don't think it's that much of a spoiler at this point. Nazcauer is a high-ranking officer in Cypher, and these are his other two administrators, Ein and Venus. So, yeah. We've already seen Venus, of course, but we haven't seen Ein. We've only been reading his reports before this, so... Apparently he goes to the same hairstylist as Nazcauer, but he only went so far before he said, nope, that's it, I'm done. I can't do it. Well, that's not good. Might be good for them, but definitely not good for us or the Pokemon. Oh, okay. So I guess they're gonna go to the... Hey, we were just looking at a lab out in the middle of the desert, weren't we? Maybe it's the same lab. We'll have to find out eventually. You like Venus, you just hate her fight. Yeah, her fight is gross. We'll see what we can do about it. I probably won't be able to, like, dodge around it nearly as well as I was with Dakim's fight. With Dakim's fight, I could pretty well keep his Entei in check. With Venus, it might be a bit of a difficult story, especially since I'm not using Sunny Day on anybody. So, I'll see what I can do. Oh, well, Nora's stuck. There we go. So let's go take that part over to Net, and then we'll finally put the forward disc to use, and we'll see if we can find that little shortcut to get back to the under that I was talking about before. Oh, so you must be Net then. Okay, fair enough. What do you mean, the Sniper and Nora? There are other people in the region named Sniper? Oh, boy. Alright, fair enough. So maybe this is where the kids' grid are all holed up at. They got some kind of cool stuff here. Don't know where they got a supercomputer, but whatever. Oh, so maybe it wasn't Net. Must be these other two are Meg and Net, and then whoever this kid is. Well, I don't know if it's shocking. I do have a Plusle, but really, that's me. Hi. Okay, so the kid that was standing guard's name is Bit. So we got Pear, Bit, Net, and Meg. Fantastic. I'm gonna forget those in like 2 minutes. Hi there, you must be Net. Oh, yeah, and there's also Sec, yeah. So, yeah, they get into contact with the kids upstairs in Duking's pad, so... I think you could have talked to them, too, and they would have talked about these kids being down here. Like, they were trying to reconnect to them, basically. And, well, they couldn't, not without this power-up part. So now they should be able to. I can see that he's working a bunch of computers at the same time, so... Oh, really? Well, that would corroborate with what Ein and Venus were just talking about. Not that we heard them. I mean, we heard them out of character, but... Oh, okay, huh. That is a distinct possibility if Venus is trying to keep all the airways to herself. Narcissistic dick. But, okay, fair enough. That would be useful. You do that. But for now, I guess we'll just... head out. Oh, okay. Hi, what's up? Oh, yeah, it's probably a good idea. You kids seem to be pretty good at looking into this stuff, so... Sure. Here's PDA number. Let me know when you find something. Come on, Nora, let's get out of here.
You... Fuck.
Spies! What spies? Where? Not me. You guys spotted the spy? Uh-oh. Who did you see? Oh. Well, apparently it's not us two, so... Yeah, apparently not. I'm just here for the lemonade, man. I heard it was the best in the whole region. Hell, it's the only lemonade in the whole region. Oh, Silva, not again! God damn it. And, unfortunately, Silva just doesn't know how to keep his nose out of our espionage affairs, so he's gonna get caught again. Because of course he is! Oh boy. Actually, I don't feel like sitting through the Net stuff again, so I think I'm gonna go save before we talk to them because they've got a shadow Pokemon, those Cypher Peons of theirs there. So let's go save at ye old computer up here, and then we'll go from there. There we go. And to be fair, you could go back and save at the what's it called? At the Pokemon Center, because there's a Pokemon Center inside of the Under Colosseum, but We're not there yet, so we'll get there. Excuse me, Nora. Keep walking into her on the stairs. Alright. Let's go see if we can't get Silva out of jail. Hopefully that doesn't brand us as spies, but, well, you know.
Silva out of jail.
Because he went directly to jail. Oh, by the way, look what I caught. Only took 11 balls. Almost, actually, I think I used more when I caught Moltres last time, so. Anyway, hi. Well, something like that. No, actually, we just came down here from not too long ago. Not exactly, but okay, whatever. I guess she's not going to take no for an answer. So we gotta fight Cypher Peon Cloak here. And she has a Shadow Pokemon for us to catch, so that's why I'm gonna... that's why I went and saved, to make sure I could catch it without too much trouble. Yeah, Plusle's okay. It did get power crept like hell in Gen 4. Gen 4 was the power creep generation. Things just got way too strong. Way too fast. I mean, it started happening in Gen 3, but it wasn't, like, super out of control yet. Once Gen 4 rolled around, it really started getting out of control for a lot of the lower-level Pokemon, so... Yeah, she's got a Shadow Ledian, so that's gonna do us literally no good whatsoever. Actually, I'm gonna switch Plusle, and I want to T-Wave this thing. So, Quillfish, you'll get a chance. Let's just get Plusle in so we can T-Wave it first. The Spinarak's gonna be KO'd this turn, so... I got my two frail Pokemon out on the field at the same time, though, so I might want to be a little careful. Probably put up a Reflect or something. Excuse me. I think Ledian can put up a bunch of Reflect or Light Screen or something, because I think it gets a bunch of support moves instead of, like, actual attacks, because, you know, it has no actual attacks. It's very bad at actual attacks. So, well, now I'm not going to be T-Waving it, I guess, because it's safeguarded first, so... Well, that sucks. But I guess what can you do, right? I'm going to double team the Volbeat, so actually, do I want to? I don't want to accidentally hit Ledian and, like, blast it off the field. So, hang on, let's just switch back to Quillfish. It's fine. I can't poison it with Poison Sting now because of Safeguard, so we should be okay. And hell, if it puts up a Light Screen, I could practically use Surf on it and weaken it because it's, you know, got a decent chunk of special defense. I could probably use it even without a Light Screen, to be honest. I fear KOing it, that's all. Because once you KO it, you can't get this thing again for quite some time, so... Alright, who are you supersonicing? Okay, that's not ideal, but I'll take it. Espeon, you can't do a whole lot just yet. How about... I was gonna say we could get Umbreon out here, I guess. I could just stall for time, I suppose, until the Safeguard runs out, and then I can T-Wave it. But let's get Plusle in here so that way we can properly T-Wave it. Or, you know what I could do, is I could use a full heal. That'll get rid of the confusion. Unfortunately, calling the Pokemon's name does not get rid of confusion. It would be nice if it did, but yeah, it doesn't, so... You could just, you know, do the sensible thing and switch out, too, but yeah, it's fine. Alright, let's see how much this does. Okay, that's fine, I can take that. Okay, I was gonna say, if that's on Quillfish, it'll be further proof of my thought process that the AI cheats a little in this game. Not that it's ever a really huge deal, but, you know, it does, though. Like, if you leave a Pokemon on red health and don't attack it, the AI won't heal it, but the second that you start attacking it, it'll heal it. I don't know why. Probably because, again, the AI picks its moves after you pick yours so that it can, like, anticipate them. As far as I'm aware, they don't do that in XD, though, so... Alright, Shadow Rush might hurt Plusle a little bit, but yeah, I mean, it's a Ledian. Like, come on now. It's not going to do that much. Okay, Safeguard is still not gone yet, so I guess we'll start tossing out. We got a few Net Balls, and like I said, they work pretty well in Water and Bug types, so let's use a Net Ball on it. I want to keep a few of them because the next Shadow Pokemon we're going to be fighting will also need a Net Ball. But we'll go from there. I'll bring Espeon back out as well because I'm not going to be weakening it anymore after this. I'm just going to be T-Waving it. So let's see if the Net Ball works. Probably. Ledian's catch rate isn't too bad. I keep saying lad, like it's L-A-D. But yeah, those netballs work pretty good on bug types and water types. It's got a ×4 catch multiplier on them, so it's like double the effectiveness of an Ultra Ball. That's pretty good. Well, I'd like to believe I've got a fair bit of strength. I also know how to switch out, which, you know, helps quite a bit. Hi. Are you next? Okay, let's see. I don't think Cypherpeon Dagger here has any Shadow Pokemon, though. I think it's just Lady in there. And then she's got some better regular Pokemon, but, well, that's not really going to help her too much. The Ariados is going to get KO'd by Psybeam. I'm probably going to soften them up with Surf. I might even Rain Dance, actually, before I Surf. Get a little bit of extra damage off, because Ariados... I don't think Ariados is going to live this Psybeam. I mean, I know it's an Ariados. It's a little tankier than a Spinarak, but it's super effective, so, yeah. Boy, do I wish you had better speed, Ariados. I'd use you in a heartbeat if you had better speed, but base 40 speed really doesn't cut it. You need, like, somebody to pass you... I mean, he can learn agility, but it's usually hard to get one off without dying, unfortunately. Alright, this is probably on Espeon. It might hurt a little, too. Yeah. It's fine, I guess. Oh, good. It got a full boost from that. Fantastic. Let's see. I should probably put up a light screen, then. Well, I could KO Gloom. Well, no, actually, Silver Wind is reflectable, so let's put up a Reflect instead. And then we'll start surfing. It won't do a whole lot to Gloom, but I can take care of Gloom next turn with Espeon. I just want to live to see the next turn first, so. Because, yeah, if it keeps doing that, obviously it's going to get a little out of control a little quickly. Oh, good, it got another boost. This is going to go poorly. If only I had Haze. Oh well, it's fine. We can just double team it and it'll be fine. Ooh, nice hit there. Nice crit. And yeah, that'll do nothing at all now that it's got the extra Spadef from all those Silver Winds. Let's see, Stun Spore on Quillfish is... it's not ideal, but I guess I'll take it. It's fine. The rain won't really help us too much because, as you saw there, Surf isn't doing a whole lot of damage now, so... let's get rid of Gloom. I'm going to heal Espeon because I don't feel like getting Silver Winded again, taking a whole ton of damage. Umbreon, unfortunately, can't tank it all that well because it's also weak to Silver Wind, so... Now, if it switches to Shockwave, I'm okay with that, but maybe I shouldn't be because it did a good chunk of damage to Quillfish, but it's fine. We got, this Gloom is going to be gone. We've got, like, Thunder on Plusle that'll still hit next, if I switch it in next turn. We've got Psybeam on Espeon. So even with the extra boost that it got, we should be able to eventually take it out, so. And we got 2 of our Pokemon to level 43. That's good. Quillfish almost has 100 attacks. That's not bad. He'll be able to use that eventually once we get better move than Poison Sting and Pin Missile to use it with, but it's fine. So Quillfish, let's swap you out. Will Plusle live a Silver Wind through Reflect with +2? I don't know, but we're going to find out. It's probably going to take a Shockwave, though, because Quillfish, well, was taking the Electric type attacks instead, so yeah, Shockwave. I should be able to take this okay. Yeah. As I say, it's not Stab, it's not that powerful. I resist it, so yeah, it's fine. Yeah, and that's an Espeon Psybeam, and it only did that much damage. That's impressive. Illumise has just a little bit of special defense, as you can see, although the +2 definitely helps. So. Alright, who's this on? Plusle? No, Espeon. Okay, well, you chose poorly because you could have KO'd Plusle, but whatever. Of course, the AI is getting all the boosts from Silver Wind. Why wouldn't it? It's okay, it's fine. Between the 2 of them, we will KO it from here, so. Plusle, I want you to rain down Zeus on it. Blech. There you go. What a pain in the ass. Oh, the volume died on your end and you didn't notice? You're wondering what happened? Yeah, Illumise got +3 from Silver Wind and it only used it 3 times, so... That's cool. But anyway, yeah, we took care of business after much effort. Much more effort than I wanted to use on an Illumise.
On a wholly unrelated note.
Yes, of course it did. What?
An incredibly busted thing in the Megatins of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Hmm.
And I just thought of an incredibly strange ruling.
What's that?
So let's say opponent activates broken card to negate my broken card.
Mm-hmm.
I chain said broken card to that broken card. That means not only do I negate my own, but I also technically negate theirs, since it negates the effect of the card you banish from your main deck until the end of the turn. Which means theoretically by activating that, I negate my own and negate theirs.
I heard you like negation, so you put negation in your negation so you can negate while you negate.
I feel like it's going to lead to a really stupid ruling where if you cross out designator somebody's cross out designator, it negates your own and doesn't negate theirs. Even though the card text says otherwise.
Oh boy.
So and Divine 3, so.
Well, yeah. So Ledian is basically completely useless. If you don't have a screener at this point, I guess it's okay for that, but it has no other purpose whatsoever. It's even more useless than Jump Luff, and Jump Luff at least has Sleep Powder going for it, but it has no offensive potential. Ledian has no offensive potential either, and you already have a better screener because you have Espeon, who can screen and kill things with Psychic with nukes and shit. So, yeah. I would never use it. It's completely not useful. Unfortunately, those ladies didn't leave a key, and the door is still locked. How are we supposed to get Silva out now? Well, if you go over here, you can chat with him through the gate. Yeah, they try to trick you a little bit, and like, okay, how do I help him? Well, you gotta try to feel along the gate a little bit, basically, and eventually, once you feel along it, he'll come check in with you. So, you got stuck in the under as a kid. It took ages to figure out how to help Silva. Yeah, it's not immediately obvious, so yeah, I could see that being a thing. Sounds like a modern Yu-Gi-Oh card, not gonna lie. Yeah, see, 103 special defense. Why? Why can't it have that in its attack power?
Actually, wait a minute. I figured out how it works.
Oh boy.
Theoretically, yes, you do just negate your own crossout designator, but for the rest of the turn, because you declared crossout designator as caused and the card didn't get negated, that means the act of negating your own crossout designator means that all crossout designators activated this turn have to be negated, otherwise it makes no sense, because by banishing the cost, activating the card, and declaring crossout designator, the card has to be negated on both sides of the field for the rest of the turn.
See, this is how long I've been out of Yu-Gi-Oh 4 because he lost me after theoretically.
I'm saying that if the ruling doesn't work that way, it makes zero sense, which means I am 100% plotting for not being able to do that, because Konami's just terrible.
Of course.
I only buy singles nowadays, my guy.
Yeah, it's an early root mon, so it's not allowed to be good, that's true.
How are you? I'm fucking exhausted.
But for helping Silva out, kind of, he gives us the right disc. And yes, it is only useful down here, and as it turns out, the right disc will take you directly to the boss of the under. I don't want to go there just yet, though.
Skip.
So, let's see.
Do not pass go. Do not collect.
Yeah, we could use a lemonade, but I'll go get it.
Go directly to the boss of this area.
Pretty much, yeah.
Do not get a full heal.
However, we're not going to go to the boss of this area just yet. We could right now with the right disc, but I need to go heal first, so we're going to use the forward disc instead. We'll go check out what's over there first. And then once we've seen that, we'll go fight the boss. But yes, so now we can move this thing in the forward direction, which will take us directly across the gap. So that's cool. It's a very long drop, though, so keep your arms and legs inside the UFO at all times. What's up, old dude? Oh, not again. Somebody else has lost their teeth. Actually, that didn't happen in Let's Go. It only happens in
that door
Gen
in this
1.
place has the same energy as the place in Custom Robo you go to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do have the same energy. So this is the herb shop. So she sells all the stuff that's very inexpensive compared to some other stuff. I mean, this is a max revive, basically, and you can't buy those normally. Unfortunately, all the stuff she sells is really bitter, and it will make your Pokemon less happy with you. So I'm not really a big fan of it. Yeah, so he basically gives you the lowdown on it. So it's really, really bitter. Even if the Pokemon has a plus special defense nature,
I think
it still doesn't like bitter food for some reason. This is a different kind of bitter.
Revival herbs.
Yeah, revival herbs are really good. Like I said, it's a buyable max revive, so like that's...
Which is effing cracked.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, heal me, please. I need it.
Heal me, please.
Modern Yu-Gi-Oh's a hoot. Where's Einfile I to make chips in your inventory? Yeah, that would be fun. And that's even in alphabetical order. Yeah, revival herbs, time to break the game. Not as if we didn't already break the game to begin with. I mean, you should see the Dakeem fight. I definitely did that efficiently, and I won't do any of the other admin fights nearly as efficiently as that one. So, yeah, they do give out pretty good prizes here in the Under Colosseum. One of them, yeah, apparently they do. One of the prizes here is the Sludge Bomb TM, which will be really nice for Quillfish when I eventually manage to get my Pokemon all the way up to level 55-ish so we can actually go do it, but, well, we're not quite there yet. Yeah, they caught one, actually. Okay, fair enough. You good at cleaning up spies, Makahita? That sounds like a confirmation to me. What's down here? A couple of rooms. Unfortunately, this gate does not open from this side. You might recognize that one, though, because we saw it in a cutscene not too long ago. What's up, dude? I don't know. He must have won a challenge here at the Colosseum, so maybe he's waiting for his Shadow Pokemon at this point. So, you don't use things like energy powder, but you do keep some revival herbs on you. Yeah, and it's not a bad idea, because, again, it's a max revive. It's just at the cost of, like, 10 happiness, so you gotta weigh those things and see which one you'd rather. I usually don't carry too many of them around, but it's not a bad item to have. I don't know, I usually don't bother with going back to the shop. Usually the herb shop is more out of the way than just going to a Pokemart, you know? So. Yeah, and that's true too. Happiness isn't too hard to earn. I mean, you could just walk around practically and get it back, so it's not too hard. It's not a huge deal if you lose happiness, because if you're not using a move like Return or something, then you don't have to worry about your happiness being lost. It's fine. So. Oh, okay, fair enough. So yeah, that guy is waiting for his Shadow Pokemon down there, and Venus hasn't given him one yet, so we won't be able to register for a fight in the Under Colosseum until he gets one. But if you go up here, you can take this elevator up to the surface. Cole's looking at his Facebook feed and laughing in the background.
Memes are on point today.
Oh boy. And if you go out here, it'll register the Under on your map, so that will help us quite a bit in getting back here. Now we don't got to go all the way through Pyrite Town to get to Pyrite Building, fight Chaser Kai, and go down the elevator every single time we want to go here. We could just go here, come back down, and then go back through with the UFO. But will we be able to defeat Venus and help deal a major blow to Cypher's grip over the Under? And what is in store for us at the Mystery Lab? Find out on the next episode of Pokémon Colosseum, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Friday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I'm going to go back here to Agate Village because I'm going to do that thing I said where I buy scents and check out how well they work on the Pokémon after I walk them around a little bit. So we'll see if it works, and maybe I'll find out what Entei's and Lydian's natures are by the time Friday rolls around. But yeah, so that's my plan, and then I'll meet you probably back in the Under Colosseum on Friday. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream, and I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be on Friday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. Yeah, Lava Ridge, yeah, so you gotta go back there to get all the herb shop items. In this game, you haven't played it since the early 2000s. I did get a Time Flute, yes. I haven't used it yet. I'm holding on to it for something special a little bit later on. We'll see what that is. In probably a couple of episodes. Probably next week is when we'll find out what it is. So, and then we'll play the flute and we'll see Celebi without having to do, 6,000 resets for it for a shiny version. It won't be a shiny version. It'll just be a regular Celebi. So, not as cool looking, of course, and not as worth the time and effort, but, No, it was worth it. I'm not saying nothing. I just, I'll be able to see it. I won't be able to catch it, but I'll be able to see it. Or rather, I won't be able to catch it, but I'll be able to see it. Love how that's a running joke. Kid, you wasted all the flutes. Yeah, you want to use them on certain Pokemon, and, well, I'm not going to use them on the right Pokemon, but we'll see why I'm using them on certain Pokemon later. I'll talk about it when we get our other team members, so. But for now, I'm out of here, so see you later, everybody.